Oh, hi everyone. My name's Craig and welcome to tonight's episode of
That was even worse than I imagined.
That was awful.
Great. I got that. Oh, delicious.
Oh, I didn't see.
We need like a crackling fireplace in the background.
Yeah. Welcome to this more intimate episode of Guildgates and Goblins. First announcement for this week is we have merch now that you can acquire for Guildgates and Goblins if you're a fan of the show. So you can acquire this lovely mug that says Guildgates. Is that in frame? I think it should be.
I've seen frame for me.
I want one.
Yes. Guildgates and Goblins, which has our name and then the logo on the back. And then you can also get a Guildgates and Goblins t-shirt, which fits lovely. Most comfortable fabric. Yeah, modeled by me. Best fabric I've ever had.
Yeah, it's worth me saying, because I forgot to tell Craig to mention this. It is on my merchandise store, as this is hosted on my channel, but all of the proceeds and everything from it go to Craig to support him making the show and getting stuff. And
yeah, so you can find links to acquire said merch beneath the video on YouTube, if you're watching there, and if you're watching on Twitch, there should be a link to the store in the Twitch chat right now.
That's what you think.
I knew it. You always forget. You always forget. So yeah, keep an eye on the Twitch chat for the link to the merch.
There's one now. There you go.
There we go. Lovely. So yeah, make sure to grab one of those. They're great. Yeah. I'm not very good at this.
You can wear them, and they hold liquids. Yeah. They're great.
Okay. Last week we did. We were meant to upload an episode of the Yawning Portal, and we didn't get one. Why was that, Connor? If you'd like to.
Yeah. So essentially, there was some editing to do on it, which was kind of unexpected, but that delayed it too much, and I've been super busy. So what we're doing instead is putting it in the back pocket for when we need an episode to fill a gap, and we actually know when that will be. So the next episode of the Yawning Portal will go live on Saturday the 30th of March, because I will be away in Boston, so there will be no show that week. So.
Yes. Okay. Well, we'll all look forward to that. It was a spicy meatball of an episode. And next thing is Tyler Walpole is still drawing our character art. He's done Reg, Azares, and Vikaru so far, and he's currently doing Talora at the moment. So you can find the finished drawings that he's done so far on his Twitter, which is just at Tyler Walpole. And you can also catch his Twitch stream, which is Tyler Walpole Art. And you can tune in and enjoy it. And it might even include some of your inputs in the final design.
It's worth mentioning as well. He is a kick-ass concept artist who has Magic the Gathering cards published, and also is working on his own awesome comic series and his whole illustrated world of dragons and stuff. It's really cool. So check out his stuff, not just the Guildgate things. He's really awesome, trust me.
Yeah. Another announcement is as well, thanks to Wizards of the Coast for posting about our show on their social media pages. You should see a little bit more coverage from them on us, and I believe we're also hosted on their D&D channel.
We are indeed.
Yes, hello D&D. We're on your channel.
Yeah, if you're watching us there, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm fangirling, and I don't even
You're on the show, John.
And
so
finally,
egotistical.
Definitely. And finally, and this is easily the most important announcement, is it's Justin's birthday today.
Happy birthday!
And he also reached 10k subscribers on YouTube. So Justin, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at youtube.com/Theoric6. I know it's hard to spell, but you can find it on my...
The worst name. I love it. Yeah, Justin,
I know.
Where did this name come from?
Justin's all over my channel. We play Commander and stuff, which actually won't be out by yet, but hey, he's on the next Commander episode too. But there's a link down below. It is his birthday. Go and drop subscribe. Check out his awesome Magic the Gathering Arena content. He's a much better player than I am, and he's almost as handsome. So you can go check him out and give him a birthday sub.
Ooh, that's a compliment.
Oh boy, those only happen once a year for Connor. He doesn't give those out often. All right. Well, that's it for announcements. So last session, the Society of Courage rescued Kosh's mentor, Master Ember, from the Rubble Belt, and they began escorting him back to the 10th District. Along the way, Master Ember returned to his senses, and he revealed to the party that Milton Proctor, the person they were hunting, had forced Master Ember to create a device for him, and this device would allow Milton to use his mind-altering abilities and potentially gain control over the people of the 10th District. The party then set out with haste to return to the main city, as Ember believed the device was located in the Undercity and had been taken through an entrance in an old Selesnya Vernadi. However, along the way, they encountered a Boros patrol that had come under attack. A survivor from that patrol advised the party they had been assaulted by a band of Crawl, who then fled to their lair. The party followed the call and tracked them down to an underground cave where a ritual was seemingly being performed on another survivor of the attack. After dealing with the insectoids, Kevros spotted a symbol that matched the one on his shield, and which he quickly hid from the rest of the party. Then, following that, the party returned to the 10th district, and some of them split off to take care of some personal business. We now join them on the next morning, waking up in the residence of Gelder. So why don't we start with, let's say, Kosh and Razix. You both sort of stir awake, and you're in your bedroom that you share in Kevros, Gelder's premises, not Kevros. You're not back in the shack. So yeah, what would you guys like to do as you slowly awake?
Good morning, Kosh.
Yeah, morning.
I've been awake for about an hour.
Oh, yep. Here, it started already. Yep, alright. Okay.
I'm going to just make sure all my stuff's around, and assuming Kosh doesn't have anything else to say, I'm going to go start breakfast.
All right.
Yeah.
If he does, then I'll,
Hey, Razix, yeah, I'll go to breakfast.
All right. So then why don't we jump to Kevros and Vikeru, who I assume Kevros would be sleeping in Reg's old bed, which he shared alongside Vikeru.
This bed smells weird. I'd wake up and I'd make my way downstairs. I wouldn't be looking the most comfortable, but
Yeah, Vikeru would actually ask, like, so how comfortable are you in a bed like this? I didn't get a chance to really look into your exact sleeping situation at your home, but I assume that this one is a little bit more civilian.
I think my house is pretty nice. I've hunted quite a bit for the stuff, but I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little bit more amenity here. We'll put it that way. I come into the city every now and again. I try to avoid it, but I've had to trade a couple of times in here. But, well, I've never stayed overnight, so new experiences.
Well, when you do end up helping us, and if you do end up leaving eventually, might as well buy a mattress.
I've got a mattress, mate.
Yeah,
I'm not an animal.
But a real mattress.
Oh, I've got a real mattress. I made it myself. How much do you know about mattress making, Vikeru?
I personally don't make any mattresses. However, I do know several businessmen who are friends of mine who do, and I think they make quality stuff. But if you're satisfied with what you have,
I have a lovely time with my mattress. Thank you for the concern, though.
Vikeru running a pyramid scheme for mattresses.
Yeah, that's the spin-off series.
I think he was trying to get me to invest.
I've got some friends that sell great mattresses.
Then they recruit people, and they're all under your branch. But
Vikeru's like, wait, none of the Gruul have mattresses. Just these are business opportunities.
Okay, so are you both making your way to the kitchen area?
Yeah, I'd be hunting out food.
All right, so we'll jump now to Talora and Azaris, and you two are kind of both waking up. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I'm getting ready and whatever, put my stuff together, and I'm assuming she's also doing the same.
Yep. No, I'm just gonna sit there and stare at the wall.
So as I'm getting ready, I kind of look over to her and I go, "You all right?"
Let's go with yes.
All right.
Get ready and I'll leave the room.
Okay. So eventually, you all kind of come together and arrive in the kitchen and prepare some food, something to eat, and you all kind of sit down at the table together. So, what would you like to do?
Well.
So, what leads do we have at the moment?
Whoa. Go ahead, Talora.
Sorry, I was gonna say, it seems like we have to go to the Selesnya combine or something. I don't know where we're going with there, and then we have to get through to the Undercity, it seems.
Yeah.
Find Milton.
Do we still want to stop in before we leave and talk to Gelder? Let him know what's going on?
I think we should, yeah. Might have
Sounds
some
good.
advice for us or help.
At the very least, if we go missing, he'll know where we are.
The Undercity's not
Good,
that
that'll do us.
scary.
That's coming from Razix.
I mean, I feel like he knows what's scary, so I trust him.
As I said when I first joined the party, there's a lot more scarier than I, and you will find it down there, but...
All right, never mind.
Yeah, that bodes well.
Mm.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I mean, there's points in honesty. Anyway, who's Gelder? You said you were working for him, or?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
he's
Yeah.
our handler of sorts. He works through the council.
All right.
I don't know if I would use those exact words. I would prefer the term contractor.
You would, Vicaria. You would prefer those words.
Well, handler sounds like we're some sort of just beast. of
Livestock.
burden. And we are not that. Well, Vicario then says nothing.
I look at him.
Wow.
Gladly.
Wow.
Finish that sentence.
Shines the
That meal will be your last, good sir.
Man, I don't know if I've ever been in a room before and not been the guy to say the stupidest thing in it so far.
Yeah.
Essentially, we report to Gelder, and he reports to the council. So
It'd be good for him to meet you as well, Kevros. So, just so everyone's aware,
All right, then.
who's who in the zoo.
No, you're making animal jokes.
I'm allowed to. I am one.
All right,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
She can say that word, all right?
That's our word.
Ouch.
God.
Very good.
Should we go see Gelder?
Yes.
Yes, probably for the
The
best.
only one with sense in the room right now.
Yeah, I'll take the guild council over this conversation.
Can we head to see Gelder's office if he's there?
Sure, yeah. You guys at the door, you knock, or I don't know, you don't knock, but you hear him from behind the door. He says, "Aye, come in, come in."
We go in. Well, I go in.
I assume
Aye.
you're all
I'll go in as well.
So as you guys enter, he's sort of hands kind of raised and leaning forward on his desk, seemingly shuffling through some papers and letters he's received. And he looks up as you all enter, and a smile lights up his face. Says, "Ah, you're all back. I'm glad to see you. Been almost a week."
We're not all back.
Aye. Ayla got word to me about Reg. A tough loss. I hope you're all coping with it, at least in some way. But I can see you've got a new person there with you. Who are you? And he says, looking at you, Kevros.
I look back at him, I'll just say, I'm Kevros of Clan Lockwood.
And are you working with the party now?
Ah, something like that. They saved me, and, you know, I figured I'd help them out. Why not?
All right, then. Well, and at this point, he kind of takes up a small stylus that's on his desk, and he takes a note on a piece of paper before he turns back to you all and says, "Well, what happened in the Rubble Belt?"
Can we quickly
Yes,
summarize
yes.
it?
Yeah.
You summarize.
We tell him everything that happened.
Summarize the last 12 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't want to sit here doing an extended recap for half an hour. So you guys kind of explain to Gelder about going out in Thurl Belt, about the kind of warring clans and heading underground and dealing with Yorman, and then rescuing Master Ember and the device Master Ember's built, and where you think where it belongs. And when you reach the end of the tale, he kind of runs his hand across his bare scalp, and he takes a deep breath and says, "Well, I guess at least we know where this device is, or have an idea of where it is. Is that your next move then, to seek it out?
Yes.
Yep.
Be heading to the Undercity then?
Yeah.
Any advice?
Well, It's not a place that I've been down in a long time. At least it's been a fair few years. But it's dangerous, and I'm sure that Razix will tell you that. You don't know quite what you can find there. The Gulgari inhabit it, and a few of the other guilds have reaches down there, but there's more than just members of guilds that live and inhabit that place. There's all manner of dark creatures. Yeah. So I'd advise that you prepare and stock up on any supplies you might think you need before heading there.
Idea.
Hmm.
I could use some more of those healing potions. Maybe not the little ones this time.
Yeah, unfortunately, time is not a luxury for us since, Milton could be getting that artifact at any point, so we must kind of.
Didn't you say it would be, a matter of days, not weeks?
Imber said it would take him a couple of days to attune and properly get it going, and we should assume he's got about a day head start on us. So we have some time, but we are in a hurry.
Yeah, but we took a couple days to get back, so.
Well, but he's only a day ahead of us. He had to take those same couple days to get back, right?
That's
Right.
true. Well, unless he's got powerful magics. I've seen people teleport and that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I've read about something like that. I don't know how that stuff works with magical machines. That's not something I'm
Not
too
exactly
aware
a
of,
Gruul
but-
specialty, mate.
Yeah, that's not really something I know either, but we should assume that, for the sake of assumptions, probably going to have it up running within the next 24 hours, but we should have time to stop somewhere and get resources.
Of course, it's just that we can't dawdle too much. I would rather find this quickly rather than later.
Well, I hadn't planned on staying in any taverns in the meantime, so we're on the same page.
Excellent. Is there anything else you can provide for us, Gelder, or any information?
Well, this Vernadi you're going to. Do any of you lot know what they are?
No.
Why
if
don't...
I recall correctly, they were similar to the Azorius Arrestors, but
It's a structure. Why don't Razix? Why don't you make a history check? Let's say for this.
Not very good at those, but here we go. Hey, an 11.
Okay. You don't really know what they are. So, do you tell Gelder that you don't really know what they are?
I'm not sure what they are. No.
Right. Well, they're the one you're going to. There's a bit of a sad. Well, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it's been abandoned for some years. But these Selesnya Vernadis, what they are is a place where they like to gather and worship nature and other things like that. But generally, there's a tree of some sorts that they all pray to, and there's normally a dryad that inhabits the structure. This one that you're going to, though, I'm not sure what happened, but it's not a place that people visit anymore. It's been abandoned for a long time, but you'll find it on Freewind Plaza, seemingly left alone for all these years, but maybe not.
do you know if the Dryad's still around?
No.
Now, I don't know much about Selesnians. Obviously, I've heard of them and that, but they don't really come into the rubble belt much. I've heard they have all sorts of wicked, cultish deeds. Have any of you had experience with them, or?
No, unfortunately not.
I can't remember the last time I've talked to someone from Selesnya.
They're hardly the kind to get into trouble either, so I haven't arrested any, unfortunately.
No, I've not heard much of them. Probably one of the guilds we have the least to do.
But they have to have a hand in this somehow. Or at least the building is
I was
some
gonna say.
type of hidden power or something.
They could just be wrong, or wrong place, wrong time. They might not be complacent in this, or complicit. Sorry.
I mean, Yeoman had a lot of people under his control, so could be the same case here. They could be good people.
That's true.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
However,
Good.
the question arises for me at least. I mean, in the belt, you know, if we get in a scrap, we defend ourselves. That's sort of how things go out there. If we end up having to kill a bunch of Selesnyans, even if they are controlled, what's going to happen to us?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
We are working for the Guild Council
Is this a
still.
legal or an ethical question?
Oh, entirely legal.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, legally
Never mind.
we have like the full council permission.
From what we understand, we have full reign, sort of, to do what we need to get the job done.
Discretion
the
is
only thing that the
it?
council told us is discretion is
Yeah.
advised.
So we shouldn't go slaughtering people in the streets if we can avoid it. But
Discretion more like a guideline, really. They didn't say required, so we've been a little loose with the rules.
Alright, well, if you say so, I'm on pretty thin ice here, I imagine, as it is, but I'll follow your lead.
I'm sure Vaquero could lawyer us out of any trouble we get ourselves into anyway.
Or just-
We'll be fine.
ball them.
I
to-
am still technically just a clerk for contract law.
It's okay. You can talk like you're not.
You're a lawyer. You're a lawyer. It's
Yeah.
nothing to be ashamed of, Vaquero.
I have not graduated to advocate yet.
You've
He
worked
was-
very hard for this role, Vaquero. You should take pride in it.
He was telling me earlier he made mattresses.
What?
I
Yeah.
know
Uh,
this.
You can make mattresses, and you made us buy our own. You
Has he
just
not
hold
tried
down
to
on
sell
us?
you mattresses as well?
No.
Guys,
Maybe-
guys,
We never asked Reg about this. Maybe he only sells mattresses to his roommates. I
guys,
pick the
think
wrong
we're
roommate?
beside the point here.
Anyway.
Gelder's probably looking at us like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Razix, why haven't you
But this-
ever tried to sell me a mattress?
At this point, Gelder has just stopped listening. He sat back down at his desk and he's just looking through notes and things like that. He
I
doesn't
wouldn't think the whole fate of the 10th district was at hand, huh?
Gosh,
I-
I could only sell you the bed bugs.
I'm sure you guys can talk about mattresses on our way to the shop.
Yes.
Yes, let's make
go
our
shop.
way.
All right. So you guys head out and head down to the streets. I will say today is particularly overcast and rainy. There's that kind of rain where it's just like a fine mist. It feels like that sort of day.
Sounds like home.
My granny always called that the wet rain.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. All rain's wet. So
I agree.
what would you guys like to do? Where would you like to head?
Where's the Viashino shopkeeper?
No.
Is that close?
No.
You can.
Bottom
This
keeper?
the
We-
Loxodon one
Do
closer?
we?
Yeah, the
do-
Loxodon one is closer.
We don't even really have any we don't have a ton of money, right? We couldn't even buy anything from him.
We got those
I
gems.
got
didn't we? We
tons
could
of
sell
money.
them.
The Kara looks
do you
around.
have-
shiftily.
Wait,
do you
we
have like
gems.
You do have the gems, yeah. Those.
I have a
those.
couple $100 worth. I
Well,
can
who
buy
took the
Well, I
gems?
have a
Because
very large amount of money.
Who took the
Here's the
gems?
thing.
Because I've got some of the gems. Who else
I
took
have
them?
20 of the. I have essentially all of the other gems.
I have 4
Yeah,
gems.
you two split them, I think.
All right.
No,
I
wait.
have 20.
You
Yeah,
took
we
the
were gonna
big
sell them.
gem.
You took those shiny ones.
Split.
the
Oh, yeah, I took 4 of the nicest ones. There you go. That's
Yep.
Yes.
The thing is, all of the Viashino stuff is like 750 gold, like 1250, besides like the standard healing potion stuff. So unless we have a good amount of money, we're probably better off going to the closer one if we're afraid of
Alright.
time.
Let's just go.
Yes. Let's go to the
Well,
Loxodon.
The Loxodon, you don't want to sell the gems first.
No.
Would he buy them?
My gems.
The Loxodon won't, but you could look for a jeweler's if you
Oh, I
wanted
need
to.
jeweler stuff.
Yeah. I would say, Vaquero, you'd probably know the one that's quite close if you're interested.
Oh, I'm sure I do, but I don't want to sell my gems.
All right, fair
Why
enough.
not?
I need them. I need them for
Yeah,
projects.
he needs.
For a thing.
You stingy bastard.
Oh wait, we have gyms? All right.
No, you
Well,
don't.
He has them. We just don't
Well,
have
right,
access
no,
to
we
them
don't.
currently without force.
I've got gems.
I mean-
but
at one point, I need to borrow one of those gyms. I do actually need a really nice gem at one point for this thing I'm working on. We can
you
talk
need
about
you
that.
need to borrow one of them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
to the
God.
Loxodon.
I'm gonna
going
storm
there.
off towards the Loxodon while these guys
Yeah.
are bickering.
Sure, 2 seconds.
I
So
think I
you
wrote
guys,
his name down somewhere.
Oh, we did write its name down. Yeah, I forgot though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the...
It's Fareem
Yes.
or Rafim.
Fareem?
Fareem?
G&G notes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my note page with him all on it because there's a lot of notes now, and he was a few episodes back. Okay, yeah. So you guys make your way through the district until you eventually arrive outside the familiar kind of herbalist shop that Loxodon ran, and I assume you all enter.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys head inside, and you can see the Loxodon once again still behind the desk, and he looks up as you all push through the door, and he says, "Hello, my friends.
Yeah,
Back
This is a slow
again.
guy. Shit.
It is.
How are you all on this, well, gray and miserable day?"
Very well, thank you. In a bit of a rush, though. Do you have health potions?
A bit of a rush. Okay. Health potions.
Yes.
Yes, I have health potions.
Do you have greater health potions?
I do have greater health potions.
Great. How many are how much are those, I should say?
They are 150 gold each.
Could I take 2 and get a 1 gold discount? I only have 299 for some
Here,
reason.
I'll give you a gold.
I don't know. This is great. I want to see the Asari's negotiation skills.
I do
I
like
get-
transactions.
As you say that I have some 1 gold, the Loxodon slowly closes his eyes and blinks, and he says, "That's a fine deal. Yes,
Sweet. Thank you.
Didn't even need a barter for it.
it's only a gold."
Alright. I'm broke. It's fine. Whatever.
Anything for the rest of you?
Do you have regular healing potions?
I do have regular.
Sorry, those are 50, right?
Those are 50, yes.
Hmm.
I'll take 3 of them if you have that.
I do have 3 of them.
All right.
I'll take one of them as well.
Okay, 1 for you as well.
All right. I give him the
Seriously.
150 gold.
Yeah, I give him 50 gold.
Oh, well, okay, sure. Okay. And
No time for bartering.
any more?
Yeah, no time for barter.
I will take a greater healing potion.
Another greater. Okay, that's another 150 gold.
Sure.
Anything else? How about some nice fresh fruit and vegetables?
Do you do poison? I'm
Wow.
so glad you got it.
Hmm.
Are you actually asking that, Justin, or you just do
Oh
this?
yeah, no, I am.
All right, okay.
But I wanted to make the reference too.
All right, make a persuasion check on this.
Oh God, it's in his back stores.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in the back room.
19.
19. At the mention of poison, his eyes kind of open wide, and he says, "Poison? Well, I can quickly prepare something. How much were you looking for?"
I'll say in Loxodon, seeing as he's a little skittish about talking about it, I'll ask him in Loxodon, like, I'm not looking necessarily for a lot, but I'm looking for something that I can have discreetly.
Watch him like talk like normally now.
Okay, so the Loxodon does reply in Loxodon, and he holds up his hand and finger, just makes a small symbol like that, and he says, "About this much?
As long as it's potent enough, yes.
What potent enough to do what?"
Well, let's say giant. You familiar with the Orzovian giant workers and guards?
To kill one of them?
If some creature was about that side, yes.
At this point, he kind of looks down and he kind of turns back up to you and he says, "Very well, but that will cost about 100 gold."
still in lockdown. How about 125 and we throw in a normal healing potion?
Make a persuasion check.
Good thing I got a +7 in it.
Vaquero's a bad man.
That means you can roll 8. Really good.
Bad thing I rolled a 5, so I got a 12.
A 12. he shakes his big head and his ears kind of flap around and he says, "No, 100 gold for the poison only." And all the meanwhile, he is talking to you in Lockstone, I should say.
Right. Well, not guaranteed I don't need it right now. We are going into Selesnyan territory, and while there are several large beasts, I don't think that will be necessary.
Vicaro, you're talking to yourself.
He did ask, sorry, Justin, you did say the first line in common, right? You asked him, are you selling? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just switched to Loxodon.
Should we be fearing for our lives?
Don't worry, I speak Loxodon.
Oh,
All
nice.
Nice.
This whole time, I just been.
Nice.
I'm going to lean over to Kosh and be like, is he doing what I think he is? Is he negotiating in Loxodon?
Yes, he does really enjoy transactions.
By the 9 hells. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
So I would finish up just saying, well, I may not need it right now, but if I ever do need it, I'll be sure to stop by.
Very well, then. And then he turns to the rest of you and says, "So that was 3 greater healing potions and 4 standard. If you'll give me a moment, I will get them." And he kind of slowly trundles off round through the back. And you can hear some the sound of jars and glass rattling before he returns.
Oh, I was going to say, while he's in the back, I'll say to Vicaro, "So who you poisoning?"
No one. It's a poison that you can use to kill bad guys.
Alright, so you're poisoning someone, just a bad person.
Well, I decided not to get it this time.
I mean, I might be able to make you some. I'm pretty handy when it comes to herbs and that.
Interesting. I'll be sure to keep that in mind if we come up against something quite large.
Hey.
Okay. So at this point, the Loxodon has returned, and he distributes to you all your potions that you've requested and hands them out. And then he says, "Are you sure I couldn't interest you in some lovely fresh fruit?"
I
Not
think
today,
we're
thank
fine
you.
for
No?
today.
Very
Maybe
well.
next
then.
time.
Very well. It has been a pleasure doing business with you, and I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. So what would you guys like to do now? You all bolt out the door?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Milton.
Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Dun, dun, he's like shaping the.
Sorry.
I like to imagine he's just like staring at a manual somewhere underground, like, what the?
It's still in pieces like IKEA furniture. He just hasn't figured it out yet.
Can't find a screwdriver.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No Ellen key for you.
Seems like we need to go to a tree.
So,
Yeah.
where so you're
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we know the way to
you were-
Selesnya territory?
you well, this one isn't in I believe
Freewind
precinct
Plaza.
3. Yeah, precinct 3 is sort of the main hub of Selesnya territory. Freewind Plaza is in precinct 2, which is where you guys are, and it's alongside Freewind Plaza. So is that where you guys want to go?
Yes, please.
So you begin to make your way along the streets, but it's still relatively early, and there's kind of this gray overcast hanging over the streets, and you guys turn down a few kind of narrower pathways, and it seems all of a sudden as you guys start to move along the streets that almost, I don't like to use this phrase, but it seems quiet, almost too quiet. When all of a sudden, by a doorway just alongside the street, a human man steps forward.
And this
he's
is like the
wearing-
middle of the day, right, Craig?
Yeah, yes, it's the
All right.
middle of the day. A man steps, but it is dark and grey, I will say. A man steps from a doorway, and he's wearing kind of simple homespun clothing. He just looks like kind of a regular worker that you would see throughout Ravnica. But as you guys kind of get close to him, he steps out, and he looks you all over before saying, "You've been meddling in things you should not have." and
That'll be us then.
once he finishes that sentence, and from an alley further down behind you, another man steps forward. Again, just looks like a regular person that you would see kind of on the streets of Ravnica. And this one turns to all of you as you all make eye contact, and he says, "We are surprised that misfits like you could ever untie the threads." And at this point, there's another one in an upper window of one of the buildings alongside that you can see another human, this one a woman, who looks down on you, and she says, "Too long have we been weaving. Too close have we come to see it unraveled by the likes of you." And then together, all of them say in unison, as more people kind of come out along the streets, "Today you will be turned to serve our purpose." As kind of almost in like a cloud of blue light, there's a figure standing in the streets now just ahead of you, but he's wearing this bulky dark cloak that covers most of his form, but his eyes glow with this blue light, and his fingers, they have this blue light twirling and swirling around him.
Craig, if this is Jace, I swear to God.
I was gonna say.
It's not Jace. It's not Jace. Don't worry. Around his fingertips are this kind of blue light swirling, and as he seems to be doing something, blue light seems to pour from the eyes and the mouths of the people that are surrounding you on the streets, and their bodies just drop. But the blue light from them coalesces and comes together, and all of a sudden along the roads along the streets, behind you and in front of you are these eerie, almost humanoid, phantasmal creatures that come into appearance. And I will say they almost have the look of a circulatory system from all these kind of wraps of blue light. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
Last time. Move us all on.
Spooky.
Yeah.
They got ghosts. They got ghosts in their blood.
All right, I get to do my first roll of the day.
Yes. Yes. So I actually go pretty well.
So you guys
All right, don't let them surveil.
you guys are pretty much bang in the center of the street there.
Oh my gosh, Bicko again.
Yeah, take a look at that vampire guy on that. What is he again? What token is that? I can't remember.
Night Veil Predator?
He is Night Veil Predator. Oh, it's raining! It's raining in the background.
Yeah.
Big boy Bicko once again coming out in full force on this one.
Hey, why don't I see the rain?
Just
if you
wizards,
look
just
closely.
email him and pay him to make premium cards. Because
I agree.
Sorry, I'll add you guys to the turnaround in a second. I got a Firefox update message popping. Firefox, this is important. Let me add you all in.
I want to see the rain.
Who are we missing? Kevros and Azares, if you guys want to.
Oh, I haven't plopped myself on.
Yes.
Hang on.
Who was
Oh,
I
crap.
talking to? I've just been talking to Kush, so I'll go here. Nope. And oh, much better. Okay.
Where am I? Oh, I haven't brought myself on yet, right?
Could I have a turn, Chief?
Sure.
Ooh, Razix with a 19.
Oh, I rolled an 18. I was so hyped because I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh boy.
I know what he's gonna do too.
Yep.
I'm 11. There we go.
You had to say it was raining today, didn't you?
Oh boy. Oh, I did not think that one through. All right, let me roll for my boys. Okay, that's okay, 15 total for me. So
Oh yeah, I rolled a 19. If anyone, for those of you who are
Alright,
listening,
I
And
also
so-
rolled a 19, but I think you have higher decks.
yeah,
I have
what's yours, Kevros?
Oh, I have no modifier to my decks. I'm a
Alright,
heavy
so-
armor boy. No worry.
Heavy armor. All right, Razix, you're first then. What would you like to do as these blue figures have flanked you on the streets and this cloaked figure appears further down?
I yell as scarily as I can, as I kind of channel as best energy as I can into the ground and the surrounding area, and I cast Call Lightning on the storm that's
Yes.
the rain around us and then
Sure.
the storm that's around us.
That is so cool.
So I now control the storm, which is pretty neat.
That's fine. Yeah. I would say it's thick enough cloud and the rain's heavy enough that it was an extra damage die, I believe, or
One extra die 10 damage dice.
Okay.
Yes. I think I could cast this as well. When you cast a spell, choose a point within range. I'm going to attack the not ghost-looking person. The
Okay.
vampire-looking dude, I guess.
Oh yeah.
With the call lightning, so they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. All right. So that's a 23.
That definitely succeeds. So they take
Okay.
half damage of
Okay.
4d10.
Okay. Let's have it.
Big boy dice.
9. Oh, that's a 3. That makes 12. 12 and 9 again. That makes 21, and 3 makes 24. So 12 damage total
Oh, very nice. Okay.
for a complete save.
Okay. So we all. Sorry. Was there more?
No,
Nope.
I'm just going
Okay.
to cast Shillelagh as a bonus action.
Okay, sure. So you all watch as Razix kind of twirls his arms and the clouds above you coalesce and come together, and there's a crack of lightning that smashes into the road, and it just burns right down the side of the black cloak that this humanoid's wearing. But as he does, he kind of rears back and screeches, and as you see him yell out, you do see large pointed fangs that almost glitter coming from his mouth. So, okay.
And B-boy.
I'll also just say, as a whoever, if any of these, the next person to get within 10 feet of me, I'll use my spores on them.
Okay.
Whenever that happens.
Sure. All right, Kevros.
All right. I will. So these are luminescent floaty chaps.
Yes.
Do they look like they are mostly like energy, or do they have like a form to them, kind of thing?
They're like kind of see through. But they are. You feel like hitting them would have an effect.
All right. Okay.
Sort of thing you're asking.
Yeah. Just like, would it make sense? I'm not going to swing at a ball of gas, you know. All right.
No. There is definitely a form
All
to
right.
the.
In that case, I'm gonna, with a burst of flame, summon my greatsword to my hand, and
Okay.
I'm gonna run 10 feet forward at the nearest apparition-y dude and take a swing.
Okay, go ahead.
And that first one's gonna be a 16 to hit.
And that hits.
All right, perfect. That is gonna be for 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay, and can I just ask, for no particular reason, but is your weapon magical? I believe it is, isn't it?
I believe actually with my bond it's not considered magical. I think we had a discussion about it, but I can't remember what the outcome was. Let me just check quickly.
Sure.
It doesn't say, basically.
It doesn't say.
But it is bonded to me and can be summoned to my hand. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
Okay. Sure. So what was it?
It was 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay. All right. So you swing your sword forward, and you do kind of slice through its form, and kind of there's more of this blue light, and threads seem to spill off it as you do, and it's definitely suffered.
All right. And I'm going to take my second attack, which is that's a 25 overall to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, I reroll the 1. Okay, that's for 14 points of slashing damage.
Oh boy. So you just
great weapon fighting is pretty cool.
you just swing another attack straight through, and it just almost pierces straight through it as more of it starts to spill apart and hit the ground. In it's definitely, I guess, more threadbare in appearance. The best way I can describe it, but it is still standing.
All right, and summoning my weapon was actually my bonus action, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Talora, what's your dex mod?
1.
Okay, all right, so I get to go before you. So let's see. All right, well, first of all, let's do these glowing blue boys. So first of all, the one opposite you, Kevros, its hands reach back and it just kind of swings forth to you twice. So that's 14.
That misses.
And a 9. So that misses as well.
Yep.
The second one just below you floats over and also tries to swing both of its hands at you. So that one's 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Hold on, I just need to double check what their damage is. Okay, so you take 8 points of piercing damage as its claws kind of slice into your flesh, and then only 1 point of psychic damage as you can feel sort of this burning pain through your brain almost.
Okay.
And then the two behind from the street, one of them begins to.
I think that had a second attack at me, Craig.
Oh, you're right.
Don't know why I'm reminding you of that, but I'm pretty sure I get a second attack against me.
I appreciate it. Okay, but it doesn't help because it's only an 8.
That doesn't hit me.
So, well, there's karma for you, isn't it? So there's one further down the street, comes towards you, Vikaru, and tries to slice at you with its claws. Okay, that's a 22.
That hits me.
Okay, you take 6 points of piercing damage and 2 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
And that's from the first attack, and then the second one. Okay, that's only a 7.
All right, that does not hit.
This other one floats around the alleyway and comes towards you as Ares and tries to swing at you. So that's 24. So,
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
so you take 5 points of piercing damage and 6 points of psychic damage. And
Always
now,
a Ares.
and now the vampire. Just give me a second because he's got a few fun things.
Oh,
There's one over.
Wait. How much damage is that in total? 11?
11, yeah.
11.
Yes. And
Thanks.
you aren't raging.
I'm not
Also,
raging. 'Cause my danger sense didn't kick in.
So the vampire is going to go here and then move here. And as he moves, you can see, rather than simply walking along the ground, he floats with an almost air of arrogance. As he
How
comes
stereotypical.
but he's going to try and swing, and as he does, he reaches back, his hands extended to these long, sharp claws, and he swings at you, Kosh. And that's on that one.
Wow. Arrogant.
He's going to try again though. So he swings and you just nimbly dodge out of the way as he kind of just almost slips a bit on the ground. And then he swings again. Okay, that one's 15.
15 does hit. I'll go ahead and reaction cast shield.
Okay. Oh, someone's afraid of the vampire, eh?
I am. I'm not messing with that. Whole one shot me.
Okay.
No way.
All right. Okay. So so you just as it swings back towards you, blue barrier appears in front of you, and its hand just bounces off, and it kind of snarls at you, and you see these long, sharp fangs glisten. But that ends his turn. So now we're on to Talora.
Gosh, you're in the way. I was gonna do something cool,
One
but
little Schwarzenegger there at the end.
yeah, I know.
Lol.
But, I was gonna do something cool, but Kosh is in the way. I'm gonna move a little bit here to
Sure.
down a little bit, and then I'm going to use a sorcerer point and twin cast Ray of Frost. I'm gonna go for the two glowy boys, one beside Kevros, and like the two ones beside Kevros, I guess.
Sure. Go ahead.
So, for the first one, that's a 20 to hit, not natural.
Yeah,
Natural.
that hits. And which one's that
Not
against?
natural 20. Sorry.
Yeah, non-natural 20. Which one's that against?
I guess the top one. Sorry.
Top one. Okay, sure.
I didn't specify. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
And then the second one is a 17.
Okay, both hit. So you want to first roll damage for the top one?
Yep, sure. So, 9 points for the first one.
Okay, so as you hold out your hand and fire off the first blast, it just smashes into this creature and it just splits apart, and the kind of blue threads that make up its body just pour apart and seemingly disappears completely.
Nice.
And then the second one, if you want to tell me the damage for that.
13 points of damage.
Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, you just fire off another shot and just smash it straight into its upper shoulder, and it kind of more of it seems to fall off.
And then that's gonna be my turn.
All right, Kosh.
Okay, I will bonus action cast Zephyr Strike on myself.
Okay,
Step back from the vampire, not taking
Sure.
an opportunity,
lovely.
and just shoot him with my glove.
All right.
Let me. Oh, here it is. For a. Dude, every time. What's wrong with me?
It does seem to be the case every time.
We need to put the rodeo rule in, man. Any dice that touches the floor is a 1. That's the rodeo rule.
Yikes.
That's too mean.
that would destroy me. Okay, that's an 18.
Nice.
Okay, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and also. Actually, no, never mind. I'm just gonna roll one more. Okay, that's a 6 and a 4. Okay, 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
And if it matters, my weapon is not magical. And that will actually, after I step back from him, I'm gonna go ahead and then step a little bit to the left of where I was, and I'm gonna step technically back into his melee.
Sure. Okay.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's very spooky. All right, Azares.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing at the guy behind me who hit me with whatever that was.
Start raging.
Yes, rage. Thank you. Thank you.
Get mad.
Right, I'm mad, and I'm
The
gonna
retro rage.
Yeah, the
Nah.
retro rage. I'm gonna swing at the guy right behind me. Oh, cool. There you go. First, that was a cock die technically, but it was actually a nat 1. Fun times.
Oh
That's a
dear.
natural 1. So I'm gonna guess I don't hit him.
And no, that doesn't hit. But you
No.
still.
Serious does not appreciate getting tickled in the back.
No. I get to go again, right? Because I got
Yeah,
2
you
attacks.
get 2 attacks now, so you get to make a second attack.
Please no nat 1. Oh, that's better. That's it. Frick. Sorry. That is a... What am I hitting you with? That's a 22? 23.
23, that hits.
23 to hit, yeah. So it's a one-handed battle axe. So that's 7.
7?
12? Yeah.
Okay, is that 12 points of
I
slashing?
rolled so I rolled a 7 and then the 3 plus the rage, yeah.
Okay,
So it's
That
12.
sounds right.
Yeah.
all right.
And then plus the divine fury. I get to roll the 1d6. Does that count? Is that my first?
Yeah, if it's
my
a
first hit.
Yep.
So. Then 8.
Okay.
8.
8, okay.
Boom.
All right. So you swing your axe and it just glows with this, again, radiant light, and it just pierces parts of its form and it just kind of falls apart, but it's still standing in front of you. So,
All right. That's the end.
So
of my-
actually, yeah, no worries. Before we jump to Vikaru, Razix, I forgot about your spore thing. So which one did you want to hit? The vampire and the phantasm move within 10 feet?
Yeah, the first one did the one that was coming up. The
Sure.
the
Yeah, the
farthest
guy who started in the bottom right. Sure. So it's a wisdom con save for me, is it?
con save. Yep.
Yep. Let me just check what the modifier is. Okay. And that's an 18 for the
That
creepy blue guy.
succeeds.
All right.
Nothing happens there.
All right. So sorry about that. Vikaru, you're up.
All right. Well, in divine indignation, I'm going to go ahead and smack this spiritual being
Sure.
with my staff using a decaying grasp as well.
All right.
That is a melee spell attack. All right, cool. Let's roll this one, shall we? Ooh, cool. That's 26, I think.
Yeah, that hits.
I can do basic math. All right.
And which one is this against? The one that
This is the
Ares
one
hit?
that hit me.
The one that hit you. Okay. So
Yeah, so the bottom right.
Okay.
That is 8 damage.
Sure.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and heal myself with Healing Word.
Nice.
And I'm going to roll, I think that's just a single D4, plus my spell mod. Okay, cool. So that is 3, but I think it's just 3. I healed 7 points. Awesome.
Nice. All right. Razix.
Back up to almost full.
Cool. So I guess to begin, I'm gonna cast lightning down again, but on this square underneath, because it's a 5-foot kind of radius. The lightning bolt isn't a single pointed.
All right. Okay. So it will hit both of these guys, will it? So that's
Yes.
two deck saves. Okay. So for the vampire, that's he is pretty good. So that's a 25 for him.
That does save.
And then the blue glowy guy, okay, he only gets a 6.
And that fails. That was a 1. That sucks. So 10 to those who saved and 20 to those who failed.
Okay.
That's
So
lightning damage.
we see just this bolt of lightning crack into the ground, and stone goes flying and splinters around. But once the kind of dust settles, the blue glowing one is completely gone in the cloud, and the vampire is kind of, you see these burn marks across its dark cloak as it kind of looks around menacingly at all of you. But is that end your turn?
No, that's actually not my action.
Oh, right. Okay.
now
Is
that
that bonus
I
action?
have it under control.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move myself 5 feet towards the vampire-looking fellow and take a swing with my shillelagh imbued
Okay.
weapon, which it is a magical weapon, if that matters.
It might.
One sec. I just want to make sure. You did use Call Lightning, right?
Yes, I did.
It says that it is an action.
Is it?
It's an action to cast and then a bonus action to then. Oh no, it's an
It
action
just
every.
says-
It's an action every turn. Yeah, because I had it on my old druid Thulric.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
one.
it's an action.
Trying to game me, Razix, eh?
Well, it
This
just says
reminds
on
me
each
of
of your
when-
turns until the spell. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. You can use your action to call down Lysain.
Yeah.
I can
This reminds
read
me-
today.
If you read the
Reading
spell, it
cards.
tells you what it does.
You
you
know?
can move back. It's fine.
All right. In that case, I'm just going to invoke my spores upon the vampire-y looking dude because he looks spooky.
He does look spooky. So that's a con save from him, is it?
That is a con save from him.
Okay, so that's an 11.
Ooh, that fails.
Okay.
1 die 4. Wah.
And what damage is it?
3 necrotic damage if it does anything, or heals him. I hope it doesn't heal him.
So you cast these spores, and you can see for a brief second there's kind of a pained look across his face before he kind of grins, and that's about it. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Kevros.
All right. I'm going to, while the vampire is grinning and getting lightninged by the party to the east, I'm going to swing my large sword into the back of its head.
Lovely.
First attack is a natural 1, so that doesn't hit. Second attack, however, is 20 unnatural, so overall.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
All right.
Being me.
And that's going to be 4. I reroll the 1. That's okay. I rolled another 1, but I have to keep it. So that's for 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And how like formidable does this guy look? Does he look like he's hurting from the?
Yeah, he looks. There is lovely leather cloak is kind of burned and singed and tattered, and you can see there's open wounds across his face, and this dark blood's very slowly dribbling from him. He doesn't look like he's.
I'm gonna action surge and attack twice again.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
He's definitely not enjoying getting lightning.
Annoyed by my first strike, I will action surge again. The first one is 16 overall to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. That is 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the second attack is a natural 20. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, and I actually have 4d6 out for this. Alright. That is...
Woo.
I reroll the 2s. Wait, do I reroll 1, 2, or both? Sorry, let me just check. When you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage dice, I reroll 2. Okay.
Okay.
I roll another 2 and a 4, so that is 10, 14, 16, 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Oh boy.
I'm just standing behind him like Super Mario hammering him like...
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay. So at this point, the vampire's kind of screeching out and raising its hands towards you, Kosh. But all of a sudden, its head is just split by this sword that just kind of straight cleaves through the skull, and its face just screws up, and it kind of falls back and drops to the floor. And as it does, the flesh and skin that it's exposed seems to disintegrate and turn to ash. And all that remains is just this pile of dark leather.
As he falls, I'm going to look at the rest of the party like, sorry, it took me a few swings there.
As he dies as well, the 2 remaining glowing blue forms, they're phantasms. Right, there we go. You got it out of me.
Wow.
Bound by thought, they are
Yeah.
phantasms.
Yes, they dissipate and fall, and just the blue light that made up them just kind of fades. And that ends that. So, you guys are back on the street, seemingly survived the attack. What would you like to do?
I'm shattered. I just swung this thing 4 times in 6 seconds. Jeez.
That's a new world record, I'm sure.
It's heavy. I know I make it look easy, but it's heavy.
Let me try it out. May I?
Oh,
Wait, it's magical,
ahead.
right?
Yeah. I can handle. I'll handle my 200
Oh,
swords.
okay. All right, cool. I want to hold it. How heavy is it compared to my axe?
Oh, well, try lifting it above your head.
Brink of the district.
As soon as she starts lifting above her head, I'm going to summon it back to my
As Ares says, you begin to lift up. All of a sudden, it's so light. It feels like there's almost nothing at all there. And then you look and you realize.
Oh, no, sorry, man. Couldn't resist. I always get the new recruits with that one.
So you said the leader thing turned into ash and like burnt looking leather, right?
When he died, and you could see sort of his face and stuff like that, and it began to just sort of disintegrate into ash and dust and things like that. But his clothing dropped to the ground.
It was just his clothing.
Yes, the clothing is
Okay.
fine; it's still there,
Okay.
but the fleshy part is no longer there. I guess
No.
Yeah.
the gooey center.
Can I, and I assume the rest of the party will want to as well, just look at what he had on him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Just as a minor side note, I'm going to keep concentration on the storm,
Sure.
just for the sake of the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Bryce is just gonna randomly
Getting a little bit of a
bring it
power-
over
Just
here.
power-
burning
surge.
down Ravnica with a lightning storm.
Your magic
nine-
feels real cool.
19.
Okay. So yeah, you rifle through the pockets of the clothing, and you take a good look through. You don't find anything of note, like a note or a journal or anything that might explain more, but you do find a very heavy purse that really jingles as you pick it up. Seems to contain a very large number of gold. And you also find a very nice, sleek-looking rapier that is attached to a scabbard. And what would you like to do with that?
I will toss Vikaru the coin pouch, and I'll say, I trust you to disperse this evenly.
Okay.
Stop giving him the money.
So how much
I
gold?
trust him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. It's 220 gold. I'm not going to waste time and ask you to wait for it to be counted out. It's 220 gold in the pouch.
Start counting.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just making sure something.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. So I'll give. What was that? Shit, 36. Yeah, I'll give 36 gold to everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Someone want to do the math there?
No one needs to do any math.
No,
I mean,
So,
he'll
here's
be
the thing.
keeping 37, but you know.
Well, he'll actually be keeping more than that, but the problem is, I mean, we don't know how many coins are actually in the pouch.
No,
so
it's all our.
Nope.
Right. So as you guys are kind of looking, is there anything else you'd like to immediately do here? Kosh, are you keeping that rapier?
Craig.
I would
Sorry.
ask the group.
I'll have a
anyone,
look at the rapier.
Does anyone specifically want this? If not, I'll
Yeah.
gladly take it. But
I'll have a
I
look
prefer
at
the
it.
bigger, sharp, and stabby things.
Sorry, Alias, you were asking me
I
something.
wanted to ask the people that did weird speaky things. are
They're-
their corpses
they're-
still-
Their bodies are still slumped on the street.
I want to go have a look.
Sure. Okay, so Kevros, I wouldn't even say you need to check for this. The rapier, there isn't any sort of magical aura to it. It is just a very well-made rapier. The blade is long and sharp, and the metal looks sleek and folded several times, I will say. And the basket hilt is enameled in black, as well as a gold leaf that runs around the base of the hilt. A very, very nice-looking weapon that you think might fetch a fair price to someone. So as Aries looking at the bodies, what exactly you want to do? You just want to look at them or give them a
Yeah, I
kind of
want to just check, do they look like regular dead bodies, or is there something else weird about them? Any clan affiliation?
Okay, sure. Make an investigation check.
Great. Does the rapier have any sort of... Is it like a mastercraft rapier or anything particularly good, or is it just a fancy rapier?
No, it's just a very nice rapier.
16.
Okay. As I was looking over the bodies, you don't find anything that would indicate any sort of guild membership, and they just look like kind of the common folk of Ravnica, guildless people, who kind of scratch out a living wherever they can. But none of them seem to be alive anymore. Just kind of looking through, you don't see any that are breathing. Whatever happened or was done to them seemed to have been too traumatic or shocking in some way.
It's still like midday, right?
It's not even midday. It's still early in the morning, but
Right. But okay, so there's no one around in the immediate vicinity,
yeah,
and there was no one around for a little bit before we got to this area.
yeah.
Not a good sign.
Well, I was trying to think if I could find like someone to deal with these corpses, because there aren't just corpses there.
At the very
It's a waste of a good
least,
corpse.
I was gonna say,
Well, that's
Vikaru-
terrifying.
What?
Yeah,
They can be turned into thralls.
That's disgusting, mate.
that's very creepy. And Razix
Their
is
souls
right
are
here.
somewhere else. Hey, Razix could call his guild friends and have them be put onto the rot farms. I'm just trying to be, ecological here.
Well, if
Thought-
you want to do anything, ask them what happened. Like before, maybe we need to know something we should be looking out for. Like, oh, I start to feel real queasy. Maybe someone's sucking my brains out.
I don't know if we want to really even waste the time to ask them
I
any
agree.
questions. We kind of already know where we're headed.
Yep.
we know we're going the right way if they're trying to stop us.
Sounds about right.
Let's keep going.
By the way, Kevros, what do you think of that rapier? Anything special about it?
Oh, it's fancy. Looks like it'll get the job done. If anybody wants it to use it, you're more than welcome. I prefer
I like
a more.
axes. Thanks.
I prefer a heavier instrument, but you know.
Yeah, after I said I might use it, I realized I've never used a rapier before, so I'll just stick to the daggers and the glove. So
All right.
You know what? It's fancy. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not giving it to you. I'll keep on to it for now.
I mean, we could always sell it too.
No, we could. Yeah.
We can worry
I'll
about
hold
this
it for
later.
now. We can sell it later
Sure.
if we need to.
Exactly.
Sure. So as
Let's
you
get
guys,
moving.
as you guys set off for Freeman Plaza, we'll go ahead and take a break here before we jump into the next section. So make sure to check out that merch store, by the way, everyone, if you want to enjoy a nice great beverage like I do between sessions. And
Go
you
put
can
something
be like
in
me.
the cup this time.
I see I drank it all. It's empty.
Amazing.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
be back in just a little bit. Oh, and we're back, refreshed and raring to go. Okay.
That sounded so sarcastic.
Yeah, we're not refreshed at all. If we wanted to stay on break for like another 20 minutes, I'm exhausted. This is such hard work. I can't do this. Anyway, we're back. So the party was just making their way to Treant Plaza, where the Selesnya Vernadi, I think that's how you say it anyway, where the Vernadi is located. And yeah, you guys, after traveling for another 10 minutes or so, eventually make your way there. And the plaza itself, Treant Plaza, is just this mostly open area with kind of a simple cobblestone floor. There's a small fountain in the center with a statue of an angel above it with kind of water cascading down it. Around the edges of the plaza, there's a number of bars and cafes mostly. Several of them seem to be shut up and even boarded up. There seems to be one inn or bar that seems to be open at this hour. But as well as that, along one side, you can see an area that's closed off in this large white stone wall that reaches just up, and you can just make out the roof of a structure behind it. And you would probably mostly assume, based on there's kind of an arch that covers one of the entrances along the stone wall, there is the symbol of the Selesnya on the arch carved in the stone. So, what would you guys like to do?
No, Kitty. Sorry.
How far away are we from the place that we assume is our Selesnya destination?
I don't know, like about 100 feet or so. You guys are sort of on one side of the plaza, and it's on the opposite side.
Do we want to try to get closer and see if there's anyone standing watch out front?
Well, that bar over there looks to be open. We could ask if there's been any ruckus recently.
That's assuming they haven't been mined wet
That
as
is
well.
a very good point.
Yeah, my kind of concern with that is it seems like all risk for very little reward. Like, what can they really tell
I mean,
us?
this is the thing, right?
Fair.
If they say
Like,
the house being a ruckus, it doesn't make a difference. We have to go there.
And
Fair.
if they've been mind controlled, then maybe it gives them heads up. So, do we see anyone outside, Greg? I mean, I know we're still 100 feet away, but
Outside the walled off area.
yeah, do we see anyone that
make a perception check?
Sure. That is a natural 19, 21.
Okay, taking a good look around, you kind of look along the rooftops, any kind of dark alleyways, at the few people milling around. Doesn't seem to be anyone taking special note of your presence.
Doesn't seem like there's anyone around here, but I mean, who knows once we get closer, but kind of only one way to go, right?
Let's go see if we can find a way in.
Pretty much. We'll see anybody coming before they get us anyway.
Yep.
All
All right, yeah, let's
Start walking over.
Yeah, we walk towards it.
So you guys going towards the archway there's no doorway or anything like or gate. It's just an open arch that leads further into this walled compound.
Cool.
As we start making our way, I'm going to turn to the party and be like, now, one thing I'm not familiar with here. What's the kind of etiquette on weapons in the city and that? Am I allowed to carry my weapon out, or...?
If you're just on the street, there's no issue, but
Alright.
many places of business do have rules and enforcers.
Stop
Usually-
trying to
Generally
sell
don't-
me things.
Don't
I'm not.
wield it threateningly, and you should be fine.
I
Alright.
think where we're going, I don't think they mind having weapons lying around.
Well, that sounds promising. Alright. I'll sling my shield off my back and just be holding that.
Sure. So as you guys get a little bit closer, you can see further into this kind of darkened archway. As you do, you can notice that there seems to be some trees just beyond. You can just make out the tops of them behind the walls, but where normally you expect to see maybe kind of flourishing greens and plant life, the trees outside look to be dead and withered. And as you guys make your way towards the archway, you can look up and see there's kind of this long, cracked stone pathway that leads towards a pair of double wooden doors that again have the Selesnya symbol carved into them, and in the center where the doors would kind of split open. And then looking into the kind of the grounds of the structure, there's grass and a few kind of bushes and things like that, but it all looks kind of withered and dead. Very untended and unruly.
Hmm.
I want
This-
to head towards the doors.
Sure.
Is there like
no.
there's not like a Selesnya soul in sight, right?
No, it seems
Oh,
to be completely empty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I see something like anything moving around? Person, animal, anything like that?
Okay, make a perception check.
I mean, I'd be looking too. So
There's a
You
small
can have it
squirrel.
with advantage then.
Squirrel.
Ooh. Do you want me to do it or Kevras?
Whoever, I don't mind.
I'm pretty wise. I don't know.
Alright, Kevras can do it.
All right.
I don't trust
Oh
myself.
wait, no,
with
I'm
perception.
not. All right, I'll do it anyway.
I am the only wisdom-based
Uh,
fighter.
I get 21 overall.
21. Okay, taking a good look around. No, you don't see anyone in kind of the windows of the structure, anyone creeping around the grounds. No one in sight around the structure.
I know this sounds like a weird question, but does that seem off?
Yeah, I mean,
Given like where we are in the city?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems strange. But
I mean,
well, the building does look very abandoned.
Yeah, they did say it would be abandoned.
Yeah.
It's not completely weird, but it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Just a bit weird then.
Yeah.
Yes,
Perfect.
that's how we like it.
I want to head towards the doors if no one has any objections.
Yep.
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
open them.
On your tail.
Yeah, I will stack up behind Desarius.
Yep.
Sure. So there is you walk towards the door. What would you like to do? Just want to open them, or
Have a listen, see if I hear anything, and then if I don't hear anything, I want to open them carefully.
okay? Just make again another perception check, just with your ear pressed to the door.
All right. What's my perception? It's a lot. That's a 15.
15.
Yeah.
Taking a moment to have a good listen. You don't seem to make out the sounds of any people or voices or footsteps, anything like that beyond the door. So I assume you open it.
I'm gonna try open it if it's
Sure.
not
Yeah.
barred.
So yeah, you push on the doors, and with a creak and a kind of a falling of dust, they gradually open and reveal this large foyer. It's kind of this large rectangular room with a stone floor. There's a green carpet. This looks very molded and threadbare that leads up to
Is it
another
green?
that leads up to another pair of doors at the far wall. And then just looking around the rest of the room, you can see there's large wooden plaques that are carved with the kind of these circular plaques that are adorning the wall with the Selesnya conclave symbol. And there's lots of planters and flower beds that run around the edges of the room, but they're all empty of any plant life. Anything that is there looks withered and dead. And then there's areas of the stone floor that have kind of carved out in circles where there's trees that have grown there, but again, their branches are bare and they seem to have died.
This must have been quite a beautiful place at one point.
I would
Seems
even say
weird
it would
that
be breathtaking.
yeah, something that worships nature like these folk would let it turn to this.
I'd love to know the
Yes,
reason why.
But I was thinking, why abandon it? I doubt Milton is the first person to have come through here, or maybe the first, maybe not person, but first creature to maybe come through here. Maybe something else forced them out.
It's possible.
Well,
Let's move on.
Yeah, do we?
Maybe we'll find more.
We're in like a hallway, right, Craig, at the moment?
Yeah, well, it's not quite a hall. It's this large open foyer, and the only
Okay.
exit to the room that you guys can see is this other pair of double doors at the end of this carpet.
To the doors.
Yeah, let's
To the
hold
door.
formation and just let Aries check the doors again.
I will
Okay.
do that. I will
So-
check the doors again.
Sure. All right, make another perception check then.
Judging my dice rolling skills, merchant.
Not skills, just ability. Like you literally
11.
can't roll a dice. So
Be quiet.
It is odd, I will say. It is odd.
11.
Okay, 11. Taking it, you don't hear anything that causes any sort of
All right,
wariness.
I will.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this room that is revealed by the doors opening is a very large room. It's kind of square shaped, but it has this high ceiling that has kind of this circular dome that's mostly comprised of panes of glass. And again, in not quite a stained glass, but it's certainly colored in some way, is again the symbol of the Selesnya conclave. But several panes of glass look to be cracked or have fallen off, and it's kind of exposed to the elements. The room has another large number of withered and dead trees. It seems to be almost like an indoor forest of some sort. But again, most of their... Sorry, Alias, what were you going to say?
No, I was just saying that's cool.
All right,
I
okay.
can imagine this.
But again, most of the branches are bare of any leaves. The trees look to be dead and withered. There's also a small number of bushes and foliage, but those are all dried out and seemingly dead. The flooring as well, where this kind of stone or carpeted pathway leads up, it just kind of ends suddenly, and the floor of the room is more or less just grass and ground and mud. But the main feature of this room is this very, very large tree that is on this slightly raised mound of earth, and the branches of the tree scrape almost the ceiling of the room up to where this kind of domed part is. But this tree is very clearly dead or dying, and the branches are bare, and you can see almost cobwebs between them. But the main trunk of the tree is about 10 feet wide, but you can see from about this distance there seems to be almost this yellow fluid slowly dripping down the main trunk of the tree. And then also as well, at the far end of the room, you can see there's also another sort of raised area of ground where you can just make out this darkened, looks like a pathway or cave almost in the ground itself, and it's flanked by these two braziers that glow with a sickly green glow.
Don't forget the dryad. There was a dryad that used to live in this tree, or they used to live with these trees or something. So whether or not that's still around is debatable.
I'm gonna try and speak Celestial because I don't know better. I don't know what they speak. All I know is that there used to be a dryad. So like, hey, I know Celestial. Who knows? So
while Vicari starts speaking, not to cut you off, just real quick,
right.
I'll start channeling Detect Magic while he does that. That'll take me 10 minutes. Don't know if I'll get it done, but just in the meantime.
Sure.
Yeah. So I essentially would just speak Celestial and be like, "Is the dryad still here?" Really sheepishly.
Just quite loud enough so that it kind of carries, but not with any sort of force to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you kind of call out, there doesn't seem to be an answer apart from kind of this low wind that's slightly blowing through the open and cracked window panes that kind of rustles.
Do I hear him attempt this?
Do you speak Celestial?
No, but I still hear him making noises,
Yeah,
right?
because there was Vicari was speaking loud enough so that anyone in the room could hear, but not yelling. But you would still hear.
I want to go up to the tree.
I'll
and
walk
I wanna
up,
ask Kevros and Razix if they know what this yellow goo is.
Why don't both of you make a nature check?
Nature.
I'm proficient in nature.
Hey.
Alright, I'm okay at nature.
I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 14, so that's 17 overall.
Okay.
God,
17.
John!
Damn it, Razix. Why have you
I
failed?
know, I'm sorry.
Razix is time to shine. He just
okay.
forgets everything.
Razix, looking at it, you just become enamored with the
Razix, don't lick it.
the sickly sweet smell of rotten decay that seems to waft off the tree. It's quite a pleasurable palate on the nose for you.
I feel like I'm home.
I'm just kind of going to keep him away from it.
For Kevros, let me think here.
Well, while you're thinking, I would like to, after hearing Vicari try, I would like to say in primordial to the tree, saying, just, is anything still here?
Okay. So there's no answer from the tree, but as you've kind of inspected it and taken a good look at it, it definitely seems to have been... You kind of get the sense that this tree has been blighted or infected by something in some way.
Does it seem to still be alive, or is it...
Yeah, you rolled high enough. The tree seems to be alive in some respect, but it is either in the process of decaying or is very close to death.
I would like to... I would like to put my hand on the tree and cast Protection from Evil and Good.
On the tree? Okay, can you just... Give me the text.
Okay, sure. I will read the text for everyone watching, because it is a strange spell.
Yes.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature I touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls, blah blah blah. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effects.
Okay. Is it a touch spell?
It is, yes. I would put
Yes.
my hand on the tree to cast it.
Okay. So you put your hand on the tree and infuse this sort of magical energy into it, and you're not quite sure, but for a brief moment there, you almost felt this feeling of warmth and acceptance flow from your hand into you, from the tree itself, before it kind of quickly passes, and it seems to be the upper branches of the tree almost quiver.
I'm going to turn to Karos and be like, and that? What was that?
I like trees.
Oh.
No, it
I
was,
wouldn't-
this tree appears to have something magical about it, and something afflicting it. Two things which I'm fairly knowledgeable about, so...
Is that the gooey stuff?
Well, yeah, doesn't look like healthy sap to me.
No.
And,
I wouldn't touch.
when it comes to curses and, well, things like that, I have some abilities against that.
Okay.
Causing this to the tree, you think?
Some sort of affliction or blight, I don't know specifics, I'm afraid. But whatever I did, it seemed to respond in some sense. I just hope we can do more to help it.
If
can.
I can get like 7 more minutes,
I would.
6 more minutes?
It's fine, Kosh. I would say
Okay.
so. It's 30 feet radius, isn't it,
It is.
around you? From where you are now, you don't really pick up anything magical other than items that are magical carried by yourself or your companions. But I
Okay.
think you know every magical. I don't think there's anyone's got it. Well, apart from Kevros' shield, I believe you already know that that's magical in some respect.
Yeah, I believe I know that his shield is magical and his sword is not. And yeah, so no, I don't sense any magic here. Whatever this blight you said it was, Kevros, it's organic. Like, I don't know the perfect word for it, but it's not a spell.
Can Razix try to do something?
Well, what would Razix like to do?
I'd like to touch a tree, but I'd like to say in Druidic, just hello.
Amazing.
How pleasant.
Hello.
So you
Top of the morning.
place your hand onto the tree, and just out of curiosity, how loudly do you
I'm trying to whisper it to the tree.
just whisper to it? Okay. So you whisper hello to it in Druidic, but there's no response from the tree. It doesn't infuse you with any sort of nice feelings.
What was that, Razix? You just whispered sweet nothings into that tree?
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not the strangest thing he's done, to be honest.
Oh, I,
No.
no, I was,
Quite
it was
nice
just
comparatively, really.
Quite
wasn't it?
accustomed to this.
I was just curious what. I mean,
Everyone else talked to the tree. I thought I would as well.
While they're finagling with the tree, can I look around the room? Do I see anything else that might like catch our eye in order, like that's like out of place or weird or moving or anything like that?
Make
Moving.
moving.
Maybe something's watching us. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Make a
Tiamat's in the corner. I was like,
Make a perception check.
if Tiamat stands really still, we can't see him though.
That one.
There you are.
there she is. Yeah.
Third one of the night, actually.
Perception checks.
So you start to look around the room, and you look up at the ceiling, and you do that thing where you keep looking up, and then you kind of trip and almost fall on your back, but you don't see anything.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, well,
So
So,
the
Craig-
way out of here. Sorry, go.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask the same thing. Is what doorways are in this room?
It's just that
So
nice dark hole over there.
Yeah, so this is actually, I will say, looking at it, because you guys are a little bit closer to it, so you can see a little bit better. There's no other seemingly exit from the room other than the doorway you came in, apart from this raised mound of earth. But looking at it, it looks almost like something tunneled through, I would say.
Lovely.
It's kind of, you guys would be able to kind of determine that.
So,
Does it look fresh, so to speak? Or can we discern that?
I don't know. There is a way to detect that.
Yeah, I don't know how you would.
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna walk over to it and peer in, or
Okay.
be like,
As
what do you think's
Ares,
down there?
sorry, as Ares, but once you, because you guys are on this kind of raised mound of earth,
Yeah.
once you step off it and begin to make your way closer towards the dark tunnel entrance, one of the trees alongside you, its branches almost seem to suddenly extend down towards you, and it tries to grasp onto you. I need you to. You can either make
I get an advantage because of danger sense, right?
What can you give me the exact wording for danger sense?
At second level, you gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you have to dodge away from danger. You gain advantage on dex saving throws.
This isn't a saving throw. This is a check. We are about to do a grapple check. So I need you I need you to make a. You can either make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Wait, which is higher?
Serious, just gonna, like,
Probably your
suplex this
athletics.
Lauren,
my
how did
athletics.
how did the last grapple check go for you? I think it happened on a bridge.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, I win. I'm afraid. So I'm just going
Deja
to
vu.
for the sake of quickness, I'm going to move us on to a map.
Gulp.
Why am I getting treed?
And I'll place everyone down.
There's no bridges here.
Is there? So
I better not have buffed the tree.
So as
That is
Ares,
good, though.
you are. In fact, I'll just drag you on.
Yeah. Where am I being
So
held?
you are grasped here.
Oh my god, you buffed the tree. Oh my god,
So
you
and
buffed
this large tree that,
Connor.
as you pass near it, its face almost seems
Can you call
to
me a traitor?
appear in this kind of cragged maw, opens and it yells out as
Help!
it grasps and takes hold of you. So you're now grappled. And
Great.
as it begins to sort of yell out, so you guys are all sort of on that raised mound. You can all hear the sounds of movement off into the trees alongside all of you, and you can begin to make out these shapes and forms of almost small, I guess, tree men is kind of an appropriate way to describe them.
A bunch of
They
mini
don't look
brutes.
small.
Yeah, and yeah, they're smaller than the big boy that's appeared, but they are roughly the equivalent size of each of you. Apart from they're a little bit smaller than Ares, but they all seem to have these long wooden clubs in their hand, as well as small wooden shields that are kind of made up of these kind of twirling roots. So now let me I should have asked you guys to do this while I was describing all that. You can roll initiative, and I'll add you all to the turn order.
feel like I'm in a Yawning Turtle episode.
Does anyone speak tree?
Sorry, there we go. You guys are
Kind
all-
of.
We tried that already.
From a natural 1 to a natural 20.
Sound like John just gnomed himself.
Oh no.
Where did that come from?
I'm not a goblin.
No.
Don't even.
I have a question, Craig. How long has it been since the last fight we had?
It's been more than 10 minutes, so
Damn.
you don't.
No more lightning for you, Zip-Zap.
Well,
So
we
yeah,
are
you guys-
indoors as well, but like, I don't know. Anyway.
There is a glass ceiling, but
You said there was the gaps.
yes, there are gaps in the glass ceiling. All right, so I got an 18. How about the rest of you? As Ares, if you want to roll initiative as well, even though you are grappled.
I rolled that one, so I'm good.
All right, okay. We just want to pop that in for me. And Razix, you get to act
I
first.
didn't think it was
I
possible.
cannot believe that I
So-
rolled a natural 20, but I did.
So you've
Roll
just
like
seen this large tree that's taken on this kind of awful form, as kind of ooze is dripping down it. Also, it just essentially looks like a smaller version of this large tree you're next to, and it is wrestling with those Ares. And you can see more of these forms are kind of scampering between the trees off along the edges of the room.
Okay. Is it hard to get down the ledge we're on?
No, it's not. No, it's not difficult terrain or anything like that. You would have full movement
Okay.
along it.
In that
I
case,
failed my nat 1 perception check.
just for fun.
I know. I was like, maybe Talora will see it. No.
There's like a tree
I
behind her, like.
Yeah, all of the tree men are just shields and swords until I was like, oh, the coast is clear.
I'm gonna run down there, and on my way, going to
Nice.
wield my staff two-handed,
Oh, here we go.
and I'm going to cast as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on it, since that also
Okay.
ended since the last fight. And I'm going to take a Staff of Withering swing Shillelagh imbued attack.
Okay. So what
Here we
do you need anything from me, or is it just a
I just need to hit it first.
It sounded like something you made up.
hit?
Almost.
I just got this like when we killed Dorman.
No, it's
so I
fine.
don't
It's
know.
fine.
Okay, it is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Oh,
So, as you get close and try to swing out, it almost seems like the vines and roots from the ground seemingly sprout out suddenly and just kind of wrestle the staff in your hands, and your strike goes wide. What would you like to do? Anything
Crap.
else?
Oof.
I assume that blows the charge, by the way.
What does I can't remember exactly what it says.
It's once a day you can make an attack. It does. Yeah.
Okay, you can make an attack. Okay, so it's not on hit. Okay, all right.
You
So
can expend 1 charge to deal 2 extra blah 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 blah. Yeah.
okay, all right. Nothing else.
With that, I'll just use my spore damage, I guess.
Okay, what would you like to use it on?
The big boy.
The big tree. Okay, con save from him.
Save from you.
All right, that's an 18.
That saves. I did nothing this turn. Go ahead.
Nice. All right, so can someone remind me? Melee attacks against grappled creatures, are they made with advantage?
They are.
I believe
They
so.
are,
Yes.
Yeah.
John would
All right.
remember it from his.
That was a lovely part. Yes. Yes. they are.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
All right. Okay. Well, first things first. Let me just check one thing. With its free hand, the large treant. I mean, let's just say
God,
what it is. It's a treant.
It's gonna grab me.
No, it's not you. Don't worry.
You're gonna hurl
Okay.
us, Ares?
Okay. No,
Oh
no,
my
no, no, no. No
Oh
one's
my
getting through. No
God.
one's getting
Like a
through.
fastball down the middle of our party.
The
We
treant
all are
with it-
lined up.
with its free hand, it slams into the ground. You see more roots and vines kind of spew off it and go deep into the ground. And there's this burrowing feeling underneath the ground as it passes over you. And
No way.
moving off to, hold on. Oh my god, I've got to mess with so many layers here. There we go. Appearing, it's this kind of coalescing amount of vines that reach out and they all grasp towards you, Talora. And I need you to make, that's dex save for me.
I'm sure this will go fine.
And that's
Yeah.
1 back, sorry, is there.
This is really smart. When you try to attack Talora, you make her roll. It's just
Yeah, so it's a dex save from you, Talora.
15.
15. I don't think that. No, that's a failure from you.
He
So,
doesn't save.
so all of a sudden these vines wrap around you and essentially yank you off this raised platform, and you were pulled along the ground 20 feet towards it. But you're
These are
still
all
on your
dex
feet.
checks. I'm so fucked.
You're still on your feet.
Okay,
You're
you
not
just
knocked down.
Am I grappled?
No, you're not grappled. You were literally just pulled along the ground. So now the treant with its main action.
Man, mage armor would be cool.
It's going to. I mean, yeah, it would just swing at you as Ares. So with advantage. Okay, that's a 7. Okay, that's. Hold on, I need to double check his stats. All right, that's a 20, unnatural.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, that one hits. And the second one is okay, that one's 13 total.
That won't hit.
Okay, so you take 4.
You take 12 tree damage.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage. Essentially, with its free hand now, it just smashes you straight in the face.
That'd be
Um,
happy.
What an
Or am I
asshole.
not raging?
No,
Every
not
time.
raging.
Every time.
Um,
I'm
so
not raging yet.
he's going to stay where he is. But then the creatures that are now in the woods alongside you. First of all, the one nearest you, Tora, pretty much runs up to you and tries to swing at you with its little club. And first attack, that's a 9, so that misses. And then a 17.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay, you take.
This is bad. This is bad.
14 points of bludgeoning damage as it just clocks you across the face. Then it goes to get you with a backswing. Okay, that's only a 13.
I cast shield.
Okay, so do you take the first hit but not the second one?
Well, the first hit wouldn't do anything, but it would hit me anyway.
Okay, all right, sure. And then the first of all, the one above the rest of you guys in this kind of raised part, this one kind of scampers up towards you, Kevros, and it's going to try and swing at you twice with its club.
All right. Bear in mind, I'm holding my shield at the moment, so.
Okay. So that's a 17.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, and then with its second attack, that's a 16.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, so just bonks twice off your shield. Then the
bonk.
Yeah. The ones towards the bottom right corner of the room, they seem to almost step into the trees and meld into the bark and the trunks. And first of all, this one pops out of the large decaying tree just over here. He didn't actually move there. Like, I don't know why I right-clicked. And he steps from the tree and then moves around here. And then he's going to swing at you, Vikaru, with his club. So that's a 15 on the first hit.
Hits.
Okay, you take.
These guys are cleaning house.
Okay,
Yeah,
you take.
So many.
You take
They
9
do so
points
much.
of bludgeoning damage from the first attack, and then the second one, it's only a 7. And then again, this one towards the back right, he steps into the tree, and he also melds from the trunk next to you, Cash, and tries to hit you with his club. So the first hit is a 9, and the second one is okay, that's 18.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it.
Okay, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes off your and then okay, no, that's it. You just take the 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and the final one, once again, he also steps into the bark of the tree, or the trunk of the tree. This one appears next to you, Razix, and tries to swing at you. So first attack is 8, which misses.
That misses.
And then the third one is a 19.
That hits.
Okay, you take. Okay, 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it just also kind of socks you across the face. But that ends their turn. So,
Ouch.
what would you guys like to do?
I want to
stuff
curse
just happened there.
at the tree.
All right, Kosh, you're up.
Okay, taking all that in, I will bonus action cast Zephyr Strike on myself
Sure.
and run.
Run
I'm
away.
out of here, boy.
Yes, that will work. Okay, and I will run here, and then aiming at. Let me just.
Oh, you're gonna light the whole damn place on fire.
Please do.
Oh.
I
Please
don't
do.
know.
I'm
Set the
gonna
forest
just
on
aim at
fire.
those two. Like I
They're
said,
all dead too.
I know what the risk is. I assessed worth. I'm gonna tap the gauntlet a few times and then just unleash a torrent of flames at these two treants here.
Okay, so I think you've aimed it in such a way that you
Oh
don't
my
hit
goodness.
Kavros
Yeah.
or Vicario. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's a dex save from them, is it?
it is. Correct.
Okay, so the one closest to you, oh, that's not good. He gets a
Don't say that.
checking his dex mod. That's a 3, so that's a
Nope.
fail from him, I assume.
Womp
The
womp.
one further back, okay, that's an 11 from him. By
11 also does not.
Okay, and then as well as that, as the flames kind of spray out, they cascade up the sides of the kind of the tree, the rotting tree next to you, and you can almost see it kind of shake and move around. You hear this kind of deep, low moaning coming from it seems to be the roots of the tree itself, and the kind of yellow ooze as long as it kind of crackle and pop, and one of them kind of explodes near you. And I would say you take just 1 point of I guess this would be bludgeoning damage. This
Ooh,
red hot
stab.
sap essentially just smashes into your face, but it's just 1 point. But now parts of the tree are kind of charring, but it's not like a full stream of fire, but so it's mostly fine.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be
So
any
Mostly.
residual fires. So what's the damage on? Sorry, what's the damage on the boys you hit?
16 points of fire damage.
Okay, so as you raise your gauntlet and just engulf them in flames, they screech out and wreath around and try and pat themselves out, but they essentially turn to cinders, and that seems to have dealt with those two.
Okay. Let's see. Let me real quick check something. I will run about 25 feet to the left, putting a bit of distance between myself and where the others are, but within running distance of where Talora is currently.
Okay. All right.
All in my turn.
Kevros.
All right. Let me just check distance. Oh yeah, okay, I can make it there. I'm going to hop down the ledge. I know I'll take an attack opportunity, but I'm going to hop down the ledge and chase where I saw Talora get dragged off to.
Okay.
So I'll take an attack opportunity from Twiggy Boy.
Okay, so that's a 18.
That does not hit me.
Oh my god! So as you're running away, you essentially just raise your shield and just batter away. It's wooden mace.
Yeah, while I'm running, I'll summon my longsword to my hand, and I will smash into the twig person, hitting Talora with a green flame blade.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is, because I'm level 5 now, this does extra stuff. Okay, well the attack is that's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so it does. To the guy I'm hitting, let me just find D8, which is the twig dude. It does 4 points of slashing damage plus 4, so 8 points of slashing damage. But then he and the roots next to him take 7 points of fire damage each. So
okay, so hold on, let me just do something here. Okay, that's fine. So the flame blade kind of arcs forward and fire sprays off it and covers both the wooden creature and the collection of vines. The wooden creature is kind of wreathed in flame and it kind of pats itself out, but you can see parts of its bark and skin are kind of charred and starting to break apart. But the vines themselves kind of just don't really, they get covered in fire, but they're still sort of writhing and wreathing around. They didn't really seem to do anything to them.
Well, that rules out my fire beats wood theory. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Vikaru.
All right, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and bring forth the healing of the great sun, the great black gold sun, and I'm going to twin cast it on myself and Talora.
Okay.
I need to mark that
I'm
down.
okay with this.
I will take
I
it.
accept.
And we both, Max, we both gain 8 life back.
Yay.
Nice.
Up to 30. All right, and since that is a sweet bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast. I really don't like that Kevros abandoned my side.
It's one twig, man. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, probably. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead and jingle some ethereal coins at large Treant man.
The Treant, sure.
Yes, and it has to make a Wisdom save.
Okay, that's. Let me just
life
double
of
check.
luxury the Treant never knew it wanted till now.
Okay, that's a 19 from the Treant.
All right, it saves.
It saves. Okay.
Do I want to run anywhere? I mean, the trees can just blend in. Because I saw
Seemingly,
that was part of the tree,
you guys can kind of tell the smaller tree men can seemingly travel through the trees.
Yeah, so I'll just stay where I am.
Okay, lovely. All right, Talora. So you've been sort of wrestled through the undergrowth and pulled along. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I've been thrown around a little bit. Would you say that I could cast my thing diagonally like this?
Yeah. What thing?
I am going to cast lightning bolt,
Oof.
which would essentially hit both of them.
Okay. Yeah. You could. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. So
Okay,
is it-
sweet. It's gonna be a
Resident
dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. All right. So the tree man rolls a. Okay, that's a 19 for him.
That's pretty good.
And the collection of vines. I mean, it's an 8 for the writhing vines.
So the one that saved takes half. The one that didn't takes 21. So 21, and then the other one takes 10.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
the tree man next to you all of a sudden, just essentially, as this bolt of lightning crashes into it, it kind of splits apart in this shower of splinters. Doesn't do any damage though, but you do get kind of pierced a little bit. The collection of vines, though, as you fire off this bolt of lightning, it arcs into it and it kind of shakes and all of a sudden almost seems to freeze up, and you can hear from the other side of the room this kind of low moaning as Ares and Razix and probably Vikaru, you guys would see the feet, and then up into the upper body of the treant seems to just be covered in sparks, and it kind of shakes and writhes.
Oh.
They're connected.
Yes, and that the vines disappear from there. They kind of get sucked back into the ground. Yes,
Excellent.
exactly.
It's a great noise.
The noises of nature.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna move right back up onto. Can I move back up onto this like ledge?
Yeah,
Here?
it's not difficult terrain. It's fine.
I'm a nimble climber. If that helps.
Oh yes, you are. Yes, yeah. It doesn't help, but okay.
So I kind of scoot my way over, kind of back on top, so I can see where the tree and all that stuff is, and I end my turn.
Okay, so
Thanks,
as
Kid Ross.
I'm pissed off. I'm raging.
Yes. Okay, so you are grappled by.
Yeah, could you explain? I haven't been grappled before, so.
No. So you
What
can
happens?
still, I believe you can still attack normally, but you if you wish to move, you will need to spend a turn escaping the grapple. So you would do a strength or athletics or acrobatics check contested by strength check from me.
Which, luckily, since you're raging, you get advantage on.
You would,
I
yes.
do?
Yes.
Ooh.
But
Alright.
I will say, if you do this, you won't be able to attack this turn. But
Yeah,
you
that'll
can
be your
still
action.
attack whilst
Yeah.
grappled. So it's up to you whether you wish
So
to.
could I try break free and then take a healing potion with my bonus action? Maybe.
You
I
could,
don't know.
you could, but then you wouldn't be able to rage because remember, raging is a bonus action.
Ooh, doing both.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
you have to decide.
I will
here.
rage and attempt to escape.
Okay, so if you want to make a athletics or dexterity check, obviously I'm going to assume it's
Gotta
athletics
Do athletics, yeah. Please don't roll.
with advantage.
That's a 20 or a. Ooh, I'll take a 22. Thank you.
Is that a nat
24. 24, sorry.
It's
24.
not. It's not a natural though, is it?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I rolled an 18.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, of course you did.
So as you try and break
What a
from
madman.
its grasp, these vines and roots just sort of pool themselves around you and constrict you, and you just can't seem to break free. So
At least you're raging, though.
So you beat my 26 with a
Yes.
natural 20?
and that 20 is an automatic success. Okay. But you
I didn't know Ceres was a chihuahua.
yeah. Okay.
Son
Razix,
of a bitch.
what would you
Fine.
like to do?
All right, so I'm going to use my action to invoke, or whatever the word I'm actually supposed to use is, my spores, so that they're like mega spores.
All right, Megaspores activate.
Mega spores activate. And
Isn't that like Crisis Guy voice? Like,
unfortunately, I can't like attack because that's my action. I don't have any fancy bonus actions like. And I don't really want to move, so I'm gonna move just slightly up, just to try to be close to the raging cow. I'll end my turn, but I'll do the spores on the big guy again.
okay, so con save from me.
Please and thanks.
Okay, that's 12.
Fails. Haha.
Okay, how much
And
damage?
they're mega spores, so they do double damage. 6.
Nice. Okay, I will just say, just in case anyone, that is the first damage the big boy has taken.
Yep.
Help!
Ooh.
Fine.
Mad cow and tree disease.
We've done an oopsie whoopsie fucko boingo, I think.
And I believe that is the tactical term. Okay, so
A tactical oopsie whoopsie.
the treant first, he with his free hand, he again slams into the ground, and you see again this feeling of burrowing, and let me just double check the
No,
range.
don't fling me again, please.
Oh, there was one other thing.
Thorn's gonna get like
You know we're
volleyball
screwed when
today.
Craig gets the ruler out.
Yeah. Yeah, he can do it over there. That's fine.
God.
Of course he can.
Oh shoot! I deleted it rather than moving it to the wrong layer.
He's gone. No.
No,
We
no, no,
killed
it's-
it
it's not
instead.
wrong. There we go. It's back.
Technical knockout.
So it appears again. These kind of writhing mass of tentacles appear, or not tentacles. Oh boy, that's a different episode. Hey,
The symbicate coming.
That's campaign 2.
and they fling out and try and wrap around your ankles. Kosh, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Sure.
I forgot to get my shield out.
Okay, that's actually a 21.
Okay, that's a success. So as they wrap around your ankles, you essentially just stomp down and shake them off, and they don't pull, they just retract back towards this writhing mass of vines. But then with its main action, as Ares still grasped in its one hand, is going to just try and punch you twice as you are grappled
At
by
least
it.
she's raging now.
Okay.
He's raging now.
All right, so that's a nat 20 again.
Fuck off!
Okay.
Ares, it was nice knowing you.
Okay, as Ares, you take.
He keeps rolling.
This doubles the damage, guys.
Oh, God.
Okay, you take 24 points of bludgeoning damage from the first attack.
Halved.
So
That's
halved.
nice.
That's nice, isn't it? But then with the second attack. Okay. That's a 24, which I assume hits. So you take.
At least it's just not a crit.
Don't worry,
Yay.
Assyrius is tanky. It'll be fine. We'll get her out of it this round.
That is 31 points of.
Wow!
It did better on that roll than it did on the nat 20.
Is that half or?
Yeah, that'll still be
Yeah,
half
15.
for you because you so 15.
Yeah.
That literally would have just.
So
Took
you are just
7 points of damage.
so you are essentially just getting battered by this treant as it's essentially just holding you in its hands.
Oh my god.
I'm on 3, guys. Help!
Okay, now the tree man,
We'll get her. We got this.
the one next to you, Razix, is trying to swing at you. So his first attack is a 12,
Misses,
And a
even
sec-
without the shield.
and his second attack is 17.
That does hit regardless.
Lovely. Okay,
Me.
you take.
No offense, Ares,
Ooh.
but at least that would have knocked out any one of us.
Well, I think everyone
Um,
else would be dead.
You
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, as it essentially just smacks you right on the back of the skull.
Luckily for me, I have 10 hit
I was gonna
points.
say, at least our tanks are on the front line right now. If anyone else but these two would be dead. So
and then
The camera
the-
just pans to Kevros like.
I don't even think of Kevros as a tank, but his AC is like 30.
he's
have-
got the high. He's
Thank you.
Kevros is like he's a tank with like low health but high armor.
I've actually
Yeah,
got pretty
exactly.
high health, actually.
Oh really?
Um,
Yeah,
all right, and then
45 health, 19 AC. So.
the other tree man is
Okay.
going to come towards you, Vikaru, and try and swing at you with his wooden club. So the first hit is a 18.
It's
Okay, so you take from that one. Okay,
Connor's got 19 AC
Okay, you
and 45 HP.
you
He's
take
on the
7
other side
points
the
of
map.
bludgeoning damage from that one.
okay.
And then the second attack is merely a 10, which I assume
Does
is
not
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's nice.
That's nice, isn't it? All right, Kosh, back to you.
31 damage. Oh.
I
I
know
will
that's
go
fucking. Well, I can't believe it.
Fine.
I need a time.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, 31.
It's
We
fine.
need the
I've
Azorius
got
on
this.
you. Everything is
31 is more than my max HP, by the way. So
fine.
Me too.
yeah. All right. Well, I will go ahead and snap and have Zephyr Strike activate, so I can move 60 feet this turn.
Nice.
I will go ahead and run up to. Actually, wait, there's a guy there. Okay. Is it possible for me to get to here? Is this a reasonable
Yeah,
spot?
yeah, that's fine.
I could
That's fine,
stand.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will stand on that kind of edge spot there. Because I've activated Zephyr Strike, this attack is with advantage, and I'm going to attack the big treant, the large one,
Okay.
with a. Okay, that is a 13, so not great, and a. Okay, that's better. 23.
23 hits.
Okay, so he takes. Okay, he takes 11 points of piercing damage, and then actually I forget what die I roll for Zephyr Strike. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. I think it might be a D6 or a D8.
D8
It's a
D8
D8.
force, I
I
think.
thought it was D8, but I just wanted to double check. And then he takes 4 points of force damage from my Zephyr Strike.
Okay, let me check something. Okay, as you fire off a shot into it, a piece of like a large chunk of bark breaks off, and you can see this kind of yellow sap begins to ooze from it, and for any of you looking at the writhing mass of vines, they disappear and sort of sucked back into the ground.
All right.
Anything
Okay,
else, Kosh?
I'll use my bonus action to reload, and then I'll end my turn.
All right, Kevros.
All right. Oh man, I can't really get that close, can I? I will run. How far was that? Yeah,
You're
I'll
my
run.
tree person.
You're up a ridge. I'd have to climb. I can't be bothered with that.
I
I'm
need to
gonna
cast
run over here, 30
He is
feet,
heavy.
and I'm going to. I assume I have a clear line of sight on Big Boy.
Yeah,
right now.
he's the size of a tree.
All right. I'm gonna do the D&D classic and let loose magic missiles at them.
Nice. So just roll damage.
All right. This is 3d4. So that is a wow. Okay, double fours on the first one, so 5 and 5, and the next one is of course a 1. So 12 points of force damage at them.
Okay, so as these bolts of green fire essentially coalesce above you and fire off into the tree, and they smash apart more of its wooden flesh. I don't know, wooden flesh? What the fuck am I talking about? Flesh.
Drums of the hounds.
No. Not that reference, please. Yeah. Anything else?
And I will. No, I'll actually I'll just end my turn there. I can't really do much more.
Okay, Vicaru.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and twin cast, my healing word as a 3rd level spell to
Okay.
heal Asari's and I for a
Thank you.
3d4 plus spell mod.
Okay.
So that's the
3d4.
that's 4 plus
But
another one.
he'll roll it for you.
Oh, okay.
6.
Yes.
So 10 total damage
Yeah.
because I
10
rolled a lot of ones, or
Heals.
10 total life.
10 total Healy damage.
Yes.
Healing damage. Well,
Yeah.
you
The best
killed
kind
me.
of damage.
Yeah.
So I'm up to 13.
Yes.
I rolled
nice
I rolled
damage.
like a 1 and a 2. But yeah, I'm back to max health, which is great.
Great.
Thank you.
Good for you.
And
That's
Since
such
that's
a
my
Vicaro
sweet
thing to
bonus
say
action.
in that moment.
Huh? What?
I say that's like the most Vicaro thing to say in that moment. Oh, I'm back to max HP. It's great.
Don't forget, you got a boy in front of you.
Yeah, no, that was my bonus action. So I'm gonna go ahead and decaying grasp this annoying creature.
Okay.
Gonna go ahead and roll this one. So I hear a voice. It says that I'm a dirty failure,
Oh boy.
and she adds 2d4 to my die roll.
Okay.
I mean, this entity adds 2d4 to my die roll.
Well,
Whoop.
we know
You
what
are
Vicaro
weird.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Spiels. That's 7. 13.
That does not hit, I'm afraid.
That's
As you
fine.
try and reach out and grasp onto it, just raises the shield and batters away your hands.
That is fine. That is
Okay.
all for my turn.
All right. Okay. Talora.
Can I sneak up to this ledge without provoking an attack from this boy?
Do you have anything that literally lets you, or are you wanting to try and?
No, I just
would
want to
say-
go around him without getting whacked. That's all.
Okay.
by this
Yeah,
tree.
I would say you could kind of press up against the trunk of the tree, getting a little bit of the kind of gooey, yellowy sap, oozy stuff, scraped across you. But it's kind of focused on Vicaru, so you can.
I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna start conjuring some icicles, and I'm gonna use my freezing ray. I'm going to send 2 shots to the big boy, and then 1 shot to Vicaro's little boy.
Okay, so essentially just T-posing almost.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
kid.
just
Okay, go ahead and.
That's
and
possible.
try. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the 2 big boy ones first.
Okay,
Big boy.
Ah, shit. 10.
that's a miss.
Even worse.
11.
Classic.
That's also a miss against the big boy.
God dang it, man! Oh my god, I rolled another 11.
So as Talora holds out her arms and tries to hit 2 guys at the opposite ends of her vision, all shots go wide and just smash up into the walls, and
I
nothing.
imagine it's just like rays coming, it's just like hit something.
Such a waste of a spell slot. I'm so annoyed.
Oh boy. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right, Azares, what would you like to do?
How do the greater healing potions work?
They're 4d4 plus 4. Is that right?
I-
4d4 plus 4, yeah.
Can
You
I have
do a
one?
bonus action to drink one if you'd
Yeah,
like.
can I drink one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I roll 44, then add 4.
Yep.
I assume my arms are not restricted if I could have attacked
No,
one.
you've sort of just been held together, but you can find enough of a gap to.
Oh shit.
I can't believe I rolled the 2 and 2 3s.
Five,
You
six.
are amazing.
7, 8, 9, 13. Yay! All right, I did 13.
Okay.
Hopefully that helps me a little bit. All right, I want to hit this thing now.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm gonna try and hit it.
Okay.
Please hit this bastard. 3. That doesn't bode well for me. That's a 12.
That's a miss, I'm afraid.
Another attack. Please roll better for me. Fuck. Nope, that's no better. Right, I end my turn.
Okay.
Oof.
Ooh. Rasik.
Oh,
That was
fuck
5
me.
misses in a row.
Mhm.
Come on, team. Come on. You can do it.
Time to die by tree. Let's go.
Help!
This isn't even the boss fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to burn through
By a
the thing.
tree. I'm gonna get
I'm-
killed by a tree. I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'm gonna take a swing. Just a shillelagh imbued. Oh, can I switch one-handed?
What do you mean?
Can I take my shield out?
Oh,
that-
yes. That's free act. I don't mind stuff like that. Yeah, just go ahead.
I take my shield out and I swing with a shillelagh imbued. It doesn't do any less damage. It's just one-handed this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that against the treant or the tree man?
the big boy.
Okay.
And I rolled another GD 15 again. Hopefully that doesn't hit again.
15 does not hit.
I figured.
Nice.
I am going to invoke my spores, unfortunately.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw from the big boy.
The big boy rolls a 14.
Oh, my spell DC save is 14.
All right.
That's it for
Like,
me.
this is the crab all over again.
This is the fucking
This is-
crab all over again. This
This
is
is
the
a
crab's long
Goddamn
lost
crab.
pissed off
Oh
cousin.
my god.
Let's not talk about the crab. Okay. So first things first. Let me just check.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. First things first. With its free hand, again slams it into the ground, and more of these vines kind of burrow along the ground, and they appear this time.
Take me, vines.
Wrap me in your viney embrace.
Oh, I wonder who they're going for.
So they appear. Let me just double check. Actually, that is in range. I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Kevros, these vines kind of just
Hi, Kevin.
spray out and try and grasp hold of your arms and pull you back. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
He's trying to run so fast, but he can't.
Let me let me go for that old 0 modifier roll.
Oh god.
That's a 6, Chief.
Oh no.
Okay, you are dragged back. You're just dragged back the 15 feet to there. And that's all that happens with those vines. But then with again, I feel like the treant would just keep smashing his Aries. So I'm sorry. All right.
Whack.
So the first attack is okay. It's 17.
Fuck, you hit.
That hits. Oh,
Yep.
boy. Have an advantage for every attack. Oh boy.
It helps.
When he can
Okay.
just grab her. Oh,
Okay, you take from that. 18 points of bludgeoning damage from the first attack.
Half. Nine.
Half, yes, so 9. And then from the second swing, okay.
Oh, by his Aries.
There goes the heal that Vaquero
Okay,
gave.
that's a 22.
Wait, that's a hit or damage?
Yeah,
That's
for a hit. So does that 22 hits?
And almost,
Yeah,
almost rather
22.
22 when 31 is an option.
Okay, so again, this is a little bit of a slow roll. So it's only a 15 for that, so halved. So 7.
Okay.
Slams into you. Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Okay.
How you
I'm
looking?
still kicking.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm alright.
And then
Not
the
great, but I'm alright.
You're fine,
the
don't worry.
the tree man is going to swing at you, Razix. And that's with his first attack. That's 14.
14. I have my shield on. No,
No. Okay. Second attack is a nat 1. So
that
there-
does not hit either.
the one next to you, Vicario, is going to swing at you twice, and that's a 11 for the first attack,
Miss.
and then the second attack, that's a 13.
That does hit.
Ooh, okay.
Because
From
I'm dumb and I didn't armor up before.
Oh boy. From that, you take just merely 7 points of bludgeoning
Merely.
damage.
Merely.
I mean, as long as Vaquero is up, we can survive this.
Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. I've legit plenty of spells left. Everything's fine.
Okay. All right. Kosh.
Okay. I will take another shot at the tree.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, I can't. Oh, wait, here it is. Classic. All right. Well, 26.
That hits.
Okay, for 6. 4. 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay. All right. So as it kind of splinters into the oops. Oh my gosh. I opened up a big window. As you fire off it, splinters through its barky flesh, and the plant vines writhing next to you, Kevros, get sucked back into the ground.
Thank goodness.
Get out of here.
And I'm once again out of melee range.
He just keeps tossing Kevros back. Alright, I'll go ahead and reload with my bonus action, and then in my turn.
All right, Kevros.
Craig.
Run!
Alright. I will, yeah, I'm just gonna run closer, because that's all I can do.
Don't you have
And-
40 feet of movement?
No.
Nope,
he only
I'm
has
a-
30.
Oh,
I'm
right.
You're
a
barbarian,
human
you get
man.
more.
In,
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's a barbarian thing.
I'm not a
Right.
barbarian, I'm afraid. And I will throw out my hand towards Mr. Tree and cast a firebolt.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Which is a...
Kevros's quest to get to the tree.
It's ridiculous. Okay, that is it's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, my firebolt does 2d10 now because I'm level 5.
Nice.
I actually have to find d10s. What is a d10?
They're the one that's
It's the-
invisible to you.
They kind of look like
Yeah.
D20s.
Like half a d20, what?
They're the ones
No,
that
it's one that looks like a
I've
spinning
found them. Shut up. Alright.
We're just trying to be
out of
helpful.
6. There you go. 12 points of fire damage to Mr. Tree.
12 points. Okay. Whoops. So as you conjure up this bolt of fire and blast off it, blows apart part of the upper body of it, and it's more of this yellow oozing sap pours out of it. But as you do, it kind of screeches out and rears back. And I will say the fire damage seems to have had a additional effect to it.
Ooh.
Catch my meaning.
Turn it down.
Like fire's good, it gets.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Ares is turning into a nice roast.
Fucking
That's
top side of his areas right there.
Okay, Kevros.
Oh boy.
No, I'm just gonna end my turn there. That's my turn.
Okay, Vaquero.
I am pretty much going to just go ahead and use Decaying Grasp on this annoying creature in front of me.
Sure, go ahead.
Try to get it out of my face so I can do other things. Nat 20!
Yes.
I guess that works.
That does hit.
So that is 4 total D8. Heck yeah, bud.
Nice.
Alright,
Overkill.
that's 9 plus 9, so 18 total damage.
Okay, nice. So yeah, you just grasp onto its bark, and as you do, it kind of breaks apart and decays in your hand. You can see the kind of ethereal greenness in its eyes begin to flicker, but it is still standing.
Ugh. Alright,
It's just Vaquero fighting this one guy while everyone else is fighting the giant tree.
I'm trying to decide if I want to cast a spell or save things.
Aren't they one and the same?
That's good. Clever.
No, I meant cast a spell or save a spell for later.
Ah, okay,
Ah.
okay.
Because I can cast something with bonus action. Fine. I'm bringing out the big bad spiritual weapon.
Okay. Bring it out.
I'm gonna plop it here
Look at that
because I want
shine.
to get this thing in front of my face first. So that is a bonus action, and I make a spell attack with it, and that will be with this d20 again. That is 14.
Okay, that does not hit.
That is unfortunate. That is the end of my turn.
Poor Vaquero. He's been wanting this guy for ages. All right, Laura.
All
I'm a
right,
support guy.
I'm gonna attempt. I don't even want to. I'm gonna use another sorcery point. I'm gonna twin cast my Ray of Frost again. One to Big Hero's boy and one to the big boy again.
Okay.
Because that worked so well last time.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try it again. Okay, I'm gonna do the big boy first.
All right, big boy first.
Go die.
16.
16 hits.
We found his AC.
I'll roll my second hit. My second is a 14, which I'm assuming misses because you just said
that
miss.
does not hit. No.
Yeah, okay, so we'll do big boy. Yay! I think it's 2d8. I forget. Sorry. Yeah, 2d8. Ooh, 10 damage to the big boy.
Nice, 10 damage. All right. So you fire
than I've done.
A blast, and more of its kind of bark breaks off, and it's kind of yelling out and roaring back. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good where I am.
Okay. As Ares.
I'm swinging at this son of a bitch. Because why not? That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Yay! Where's my D8? Come on. Oh! Ooh!
Whack 'em.
11, 12, 13 from my initial hit.
Okay.
And then...
Was that with the radiant damage as well?
No.
No.
And then the radiant damage is... 4.
4. Okay. And then for your second attack?
I want to hit him in the face again.
Okay.
Whack 'em.
That's 20...
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so it's 20 something to hit. So same thing. Ooh, another one. I rolled 2 8s in a row. That's great. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 again.
Another 13. Nice. Okay. So you just
Smash.
swing
It's
your
a-
axe and just essentially start chopping wood.
I'm chopping my damn tree down.
Yeah.
Breaking into his armor, and you can see you kind of explodes the kind of fresher wood beneath, and then more of this kind of yellowy sap begins to ooze out, and you can see now all looking, it's covered in several of these wounds. Parts of its flesh, or bark rather, is kind of scorched and blackened, and it's looking to be on its last roots.
Series is remembering her time in the Rebel Belt, just smacking trees.
Just smacking trees, yeah. I'm going to chug another health potion with my bonus action. Just
Okay.
in case.
Okay.
Just in case.
I mean, it probably will whack you again.
Six,
Like, I have ways to get rid
7,
of
8,
a grapple, but it's really...
9, 10, 11, 15 points. Okay, I'm still alive. I'm good.
Still alive. Okay, Razix.
Alrighty. I'm gonna take a swing at the big boy, and hopefully don't roll another 9 for the
Let's
third
hope so.
time in a row.
Go, Razix.
Yeah. I did not roll another 9. I rolled a 12 plus 6 is 18.
That hits.
Yes. So D8 plus the D6 for poison damage from the super spores. We're going to roll this bad boy. Here we go. All right. I rolled 7 plus 3 is 10. And I'm going to invoke my spores if it's not already dead.
10. Yeah, it's it takes the hit, but it's still standing.
Okay. I'm going to
So-
invoke my spores.
So that's a con save from me, is it?
From you. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 13 on that one.
That fails. Haha.
Aha.
What?
You found
You
my
got me.
DC. Max damage and max damage. 8 total spore necrotic damage.
Okay. So as you begin to pile these spores that get into its mouth and cover the open wounds on it, it starts to from its mouth more of this sort of yellowy sap begins to ooze out, and it's looking very close to death. However, it does get another turn.
I'm very glad I chugged that potion.
It's gonna.
I was trying so hard.
It's like
Thank
martyrdom. It's gonna kill us before it kills us.
So you will be pleased to know that it can no longer do the roots thing in the ground. So I can't drag Kevros away.
One
so,
last time.
Sure, you want to do it one more time?
First attack is 15 against you, Ares.
That does not hit.
Okay, second attack is okay, that's a 17.
Yeah, you hit me.
Okay, you take from that 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it just again, halved, smashes straight into you.
Perfectly fine.
The tree man next to you, Razix.
It went from throwing 31s to 12.
Yeah. He threw all his
um,
heavy punches in the first round.
Exactly.
So the woodward, sorry, it's a woodward for anyone curious. Next to you, Razix swings at you for a 16.
That just hits, unfortunately.
Okay, you take.
Uh-oh.
17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Damn.
Bloody hell.
As you still focused on the treant, it essentially just smacks you onto the side of the temple.
Ouch.
And then the one next to you, Vikaru, is going to swing at you. First attack is it's a 10. And then the second one is a 9, which I assume
misses.
So, that ends my turn. Gosh.
I will
Kill it.
shoot the big baddie.
Big boy, bring him down.
Time for caution.
Please.
Yes.
Fell the tree.
No, actually, that's a 14.
Oof.
That does not hit. So you raise your gauntlet and fire off a shot, but it just pings off a thick piece of bark along its body.
Already.
that thick
Bonus
bark.
action.
He is thick. Anything else, Kosh?
I'll reload and
You'll reload?
in my turn.
Okay, Kevros.
I will
You know-
finally run up to this
You did it!
fucking thing and hit it.
We made it.
Yeah, give him
Get him.
the lash.
All right.
Get him.
First attack is a natural 1. Second
Ah.
attack is 22 overall.
Yeah.
Way to hit.
I was gonna laugh if you missed both of those.
Shut
That would
up.
have been hilarious.
And that is for, thankfully, a decent roll. 11 points of slashing damage.
That will do it.
Thank goodness.
Essentially bounding through the roof, just leaps up and carves straight through the
Yeah,
roaring
I don't
face
even
of the-
bother slashing at it. I was going to throw my sword at melee range at it.
Sure, yeah. You
Better
just,
late than never.
unleash the sword and just pierces straight through the bark, and it kind of sprays out with this kind of yellowy sap that gets on a few of you, and it just kind of starts to stumble back, and it lets go of you as they before lowly moaning and collapsing to the floor. And I will say, the wee boys around him also, the wee boys just suddenly fall apart.
Just a wee lad.
Yeah.
Greg's inner Scottish showing.
Yes.
I think he's quite an outer Scot as well.
So,
Holy
there we
shit.
are. So yeah.
I'd like to
I hate
help.
trees.
I'd like to help Aseres up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Turns out we should have been shooting the big guy all along. Who would have thought?
And while I'm helping her off the floor, we'll
Well.
cast Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
Oof.
I imagine my face just looks like a box.
Yeah,
of
you're-
like,
yeah,
all that. Just like,
I actually rolled a pretty good heal there. You healed
Yay.
10 health.
thank you.
I'm also going to cast it on myself because I took a couple blows there.
So,
That was not so good.
Craig, do we appear to be now at this point alone?
Seemingly.
Okay.
Or would you like to make a perception check if you'd like?
I'll go ahead and make one just for the heck of it and see what happens.
I would walk over to Talora and just
That's a nat one.
put my hand on her shoulder and cast twin cast mage armor.
Okay, sure.
So,
We don't need to deal with this again.
yeah. I threw a nat one. I am too.
You
I don't see shit.
nothing.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, if we think we have the time to spare, it might be good to take 30 minutes, an
Yes.
hour to just kind of gather ourselves before we head down that hole.
Please.
While he's saying that, can I like motion to Kevros over to that tree? Because we were talking about the other trees. Is
Yeah.
is that also blighted?
Is it
Yeah, you
also?
talking about the-
I mean, it's got
Does
the
it
same.
seem? Yeah, like does the treant seem like it's suffering from the same thing as the big tree, basically?
Oh, you mean the tree end is compared to the big tree in the center of the room?
Yeah, yeah. Is it like?
Kevros, make a nature check.
All right. I've actually lost my D20.
Are we gonna get messed up by the biggest tree?
Or you can also make an Arcana check.
I've
on
got
this.
another one. I don't know where. Oh, it's here. Sorry, it's so camouflaged on my playmat I couldn't see it. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's a 22 overall for nature. That is.
So You can tell that it is suffering from whatever foul method was used to sicken or blight the main tree in the chamber here. But as well as that, it seems to have been enchanted in some way or brought alive, essentially guard. But that's about as much.
Yeah, I'll just say to Talora, like, yeah, somebody's corrupted them and made them do that. I don't think they'd do that normally.
Should hope not. I've noticed trees moving often.
I don't know if there's a way for me to tell, but was the magic to reanimate the tree similar to like the magic that was used to like mind control like the thralls, like from like Yormans and stuff?
Make an Arcana check, I guess.
Okay. I'm actually proficient in that.
Mm-hmm.
Except I'm not proficient in dice rolls.
One weakness.
I rolled an 8.
It'd be hard to know the specifics of the magic used, I would say. So you can't tell.
If we wanted, I could figure out the magic used, but I don't think it's too important. Unless you think it is, in which case I can.
I was just curious more than anything. Yeah, we might as well take a small breather, kind of catch our breath, because chances are we're probably going to be facing more. I mean, clearly he's... If this is his doing, then he's clearly awaiting something to come bother him, right? Like, he must know we're coming.
He's probably taking precautions that we're heading down. We should probably keep an eye out for traps moving forward, just things that would catch people trying to sneak up on him that he would know is there, but we might not. And yeah, rest a little bit. Give us Ceres some time to stem some of the bleeding.
Put my face back together.
Yeah.
I think he knocked my teeth out.
Can I give Azarius? I'm gonna give you one of my, like, I know it's only a regular healing potion, but I'll give you one of my potions just in case for later. Not much, but better than nothing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if we do take a short break, we roll the hit dice thing, right?
Yeah, if you take a short rest, you can roll your hit dice. So I believe for a barbarian, that's a D12.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Sure is. Yeah.
Only class of the D12, yeah.
Can I roll those? Can we take a break?
Yeah, so Alias, just so you know, in your character sheet there, you have your hit die. You can roll 5 hit die if you wanted to. And
I just want to get kind of back up to where I should.
You can roll like 1d12 and then add that and then another. You don't have to do the 5 at once.
I rolled 1 for 8 HP, by the way.
Ooh, I rolled a 12.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll 1 more.
Say maybe 1 more would be good.
A short resting my action surge comes back as well.
Sure. Yes.
Short
rest.
I rolled 2 12s. Holy shit! How even?
Can I just ask, sorry, for the short rest? Where roughly are you guys resting?
I'd be sitting by the big tree in the middle.
Sure.
I will sit up actually on the mound.
I am sitting as far away from a tree as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to try to keep watch for things, even though I'm really good at percepting things.
Yeah, I at least personally would say
I don't really need a rest.
Probably keeping an eye out just while we're.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you can. One of you can make it with advantage, or you can both make one. I'm not fussed.
Go ahead, Talora.
was
Or
gonna
actually,
say-
well, do we actually? Do we want you to roll this?
Well,
No
it's just
offense.
if you're resting, then you have to kind of chill.
I think Kosheri's not resting. Is that correct?
Okay.
Oh no, I thought. Yeah, I mean, we were just all sitting around. If
I would say to keep on watch, you would have to sort of forego the hit dice recovery because that's sort of like.
You're actively doing something.
Okay, well then, never mind. I'm not doing that.
All right.
Okay,
Talora, go ahead.
I'll watch. Really poorly watch. I rolled a 2. I got a 3. It's like I don't.
I know you don't want to talk about it, but maybe you should go get your eyes checked. Can you see? Like, is it difficult? Like, if you close one eye and then the other.
Glasses, man.
The thing is, we just think Talora doesn't see anything. That's
Yeah, Talora, you keep an eye out and you don't see anything threatening. You're watching the entrance. I assume like the
Looking at a dead tree is fine.
Yeah, you don't see anything. At least during the time for the rest. Is there anything else, if you would like to do whilst you're resting?
John, this is your fault.
I rest peacefully.
I rolled 1 hit die. I rolled a 5.
I'm gonna
read
make
2.
firewood.
Talora's on watch.
Okay.
I rolled 2 12s. I'm very pleased about that.
All right, lovely. Okay. So after spending a little bit of time catching your breath, recovering, as you prepare to step off, and I assume head down to the Undercity, that's where we'll go ahead and end it for tonight, because I believe this is a very good spot to end it before we move into the next section. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. Oh boy.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fairly battered you. Yeah.
To be fair, he did like 150 damage, like 120 damage overall to you, which would have just like wiped everyone else.
Yeah, good thing I got nab first, so that's
Yes.
fine. I don't mind being the meat shield, but
Your half damage is actually really big for us.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we'd all be dead.
Yes.
Welcome to
Yeah,
being a
also-
barbarian once we hit hard
Yeah.
fights.
Happy to take the hits.
All right. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed watching that. Make sure to obviously check out Tyler's stream when he's live next week. I believe it's Mondays and Wednesdays he goes live.
believe so.
you can
Correct.
check him out there and see the fantastic art he's creating. And don't forget as well to remember to pick up the lovely Guildgates and Goblins merchandise. And refreshing. After
Lovely.
Hard day DMing.
No other mug hits the spot anymore.
All right. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.